Hi, Sander. Not quite ready to go just yet. Finagling with things. See Sander and Star so far, and Midnight Ninja earlier, but I think they weren't able to stick around. They just wanted to say hi. What's up, guys? What's going on with Ray? Something I should know about? Probably, like, is this something that should be like in a DM or something? Like, what's going on? Well, you said something, so obviously something's on your mind. So let's just go ahead and get that out there right now. Like, why are we? Clearly, it's bothering you to some extent. So, what's the haps? Weird, your stream paused for no reason. Oh, very strange. Weird YouTube shenanigans, perhaps. I don't know. Hard to say for sure, but let's go ahead and get some resin sorted out. And I don't know what I'm doing with it just yet. But I'm thinking maybe it's just a good day for some artifacts. Ray isn't doing well. I'm fairly aware. I've spoken to Ray quite a bit in recent days and weeks, and so I'm somewhat aware. He mentioned I got a message from him late last night asking if I was around to talk either today or today or yesterday. I was not around yesterday. I was dealing with a lot of other crap yesterday, so I did shoot him a message saying I'd hit him up today, see how he's doing, so hopefully he shows up in stream as well. Hey, good morning, Sean. Hope you're doing well. Hope life is treating you with the utmost respect. He vented to me for 2 hours. Yeah. No, he's got a lot on his plate, and he doesn't really... And I feel like I shouldn't be, like, talking about this too much, but without going into anyone's personal details or struggles, he's like many of us, just like a lot of us. We have a lot of issues and challenges that we face in our lives, but we don't really have an outlet for it, right? So without like a good proper outlet, it can be a little difficult, right? Yeah, let's not go ahead. I don't want to go any deeper into like specifics, but I always say, like, whenever you think someone, like, you're talking to someone, don't keep in the back of your mind that, like, no matter who you're talking to, we all have our struggles, right? And Sean, what did you say? Sprix, did you want to do pulls for Yelan and Emily? Oh, when they drop, yeah, sure, I could absolutely do that for you. I don't think I want to co-op this, but yeah, I'm definitely down to do some viewer polls. Hey, Brocken, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we can talk a bit more about it closer to the day of, which is about a week. So closer to that, we can talk about how you want to do it. Like, day of, that particular day on screen. I usually have a couple of ground rules. Very minor ground rule. And they're not even rules, they're more like suggestions. Like, if I'm doing viewer polls for someone, I'll often suggest they change their password to something else, and then change it back after I've done the polls. It's not like it's more of a personal thing where I'm like, you know what, I don't want to know what your regular password is, even though I have no intention of using it. I don't want to know it. You know what I mean? Let's talk about better things. Chris Tyson from Mr. Beast's crew is officially a weirdo, and Mr. Beast is also under a train wreck. Oh, you know what? I think I saw something. Oh, hi. On the note of talking about better things. Yeah, as far as Mr. Beast goes, I do not give two shits about Mr. Beast. No offense to Mr. Beast, he's just not my, it's not the kind of content that I go for. Like, I'm happy he does what he does, but I'm not there to watch it. As for that, I did hear that there was some weirdness going on with one of his crew members, but that is a whole different can of worms that I can't even begin to unpack.
Let the world collide.
But let's see, I have 280 fates. Ooh, wow, that's a big number. Password change makes sense to me. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like most cases. If anyone ever reaches out to me for anything, I always say like, being that I am Mr. Streamer Man, as some people say, I am, even though like I'm just a little guy, right? I'm just a little streamer guy, but I'm afforded a monicum of power, so to speak. Also, one sec, I forgot to turn my light on. Light, let there be light. Ah. As soon as I join, I see a god artifact. It's pretty good, but I lost my train of thought a little bit there. But yeah, I don't want to be able to hold something over someone, right? Like, I don't want to be like, I never want to be in a position where I can take advantage of someone, even though it's like, I'd never do it. It's not something I have any interest in. I just don't want to be in the position where I could, you know? You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Maybe it's a weird mindset, but like, that's just how I feel about it. Mr. Beast faked his challenge, like most of them are won by Mr. Beast. I don't think that's entirely true. I think that might be some nonsense. Maybe some of them, but I feel like that's not entirely true, because there's been like lots of cases of people who are like just regular people talking about this stuff. So I don't know about that. And I get where you're coming from, Star. I'm of the same mind. I'm very much of a stickler for evidence. If people are going to make claims about someone, I'd rather wait until all the information is in before I start making proper judgment. But someone's personal interests in, like, artwork, even if it's, like, really inappropriate or, like, something I think is disgusting, if it stays just to that and it goes no further than that, like, I'm not going to make a stink over it. But, like, as soon as it has the potential to go anywhere else, that's where I'm like, nah. No, it's done. You're done. You're done. You know what I mean? He's a Drake fan, man, I used to like Drake somewhat. I don't know about his, like, him now, but I don't really care about that much, if being honest. I just like Drake because he was Canadian. He was like, oh shit, Canadian representation, hell yeah. Not weird, it's the best thing for both parties. Exactly, that's the way I look at it. I prefer being able to put myself and whoever I am working with in the best position to not have anything bad happen, you know? Also, Chris had brought the art and put it up in his room. I guess bought the art. Not to say it's inappropriate. Now you see that last one? That last one? That's the important one. That's the important one, because when you see the other things, you're like, well, I may have a certain disdain for it, but I don't think you should go to jail for it or anything. I don't think you should be hated for it. That last part, there we go, now we have the problem. That's a problem. That's illegal. Don't do that. Don't do that. To anyone who ever joins my stream, whoever joins our Discord, don't do that. I will find out. Anyway.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Well,
Yeah. You know what the worst part is? And this is kind of, this has actually come up on stream before.
Ad Astra.
Back when Elliot Gindi was a topic of relevance. And it came up actually again recently. We were talking about the Deluxe voice actor as well, which I haven't heard anything about for a while now, so I'm assuming nothing really came out of it. But how stupid do you have to be? Like, holy shit, like, you have to be so dumb to, like, do that shit. Like, I don't care how, like, sick in the head you might be. Even, like, attempting to do that shit, people are gonna find out. And you're done. You're done. And it's like, why would you, like, think about it? Why would you do it? Like, it's so... at a base level, for, like, putting aside, like, the horrible moral and, like, legal and disgusting implications and everything, how stupid do you have to be to pull that shit? Like, goddamn. Watch his reviews. I like Chris the most. Hey, man, I know how it is. I used to really like a content creator named Tobuscus. And then when you find out, you know, in his behind-the-scenes life, you know, he's kind of an asshole. It's like, well, you know, he plays a character. Don't meet your heroes. But that's a different matter. What's up with people in harassing Genshin voice actors? That's a great question. Genshin voice actors get harassed all the time for things that, like, their character does. Or for, like, things that Hoyo do in creating a character, or, like, storytelling, and it's like, bruh, they're voicing a character in a video game. What is wrong with you? What is your, like, dude, what the hell's your problem? It's so strange to me, the things that go on in people's heads. I often hear the word schizo being thrown around for that kind of behavior, and I'm inclined to agree with the terminology. Yesterday I was cooking with gas. Yeah, but the day before you were cooking meth, though, and that wasn't great. Good times. By the way, I went through a couple of my streams recently, and I was grabbing some clips for shorts that I can put together in the near future. I did definitely get the clip of talking about Foxy cooking meth, which was fun. I think it's really funny. Oh man, what am I doing? I got my resin done. My dailies have been completed. I don't think I have any. I have just the one transient, which I don't have to rush. We have quite a few things to do. Slow start for the stream so far, which is unfortunate. But, so I don't know if I want to get started on the buff talk just yet. I think I want to just kill a little bit of time if possible. And what they did to Nahita's VA. Oh, what did they do to Nahita's voice actor? I know that there's been a few cases of different voice actors getting a lot of guff. I don't remember what happened with Nahita's. Like, what was that one? Was it from yesterday? Yesterday or the day before? It was either yesterday or Monday. I don't remember the exact day. Oh yeah, right. We got an incredible artifact I wanted to roll. My brain is, like, fried today. I got woken up too early again. My brain is absolutely fried. Cats waking me up at like 6 in the morning. No bueno. Also, and one of the young people who Chris talked to inappropriately said that he was not groomed. And that there was nothing inappropriate going on the Discord server. Although there was proof. Well, yeah, because, like, you know, the kid looks up to this person. They've been taking advantage of. And you have two angles there. Either the kid doesn't know that something's wrong because they've just been made to believe that, yeah, this is normal. Or the other side is that the kid now has to admit that, like, someone they look up to and, like, respect and, like, really think is, like, the coolest thing since sliced bread is a monster. And no one wants to do that. No one wants to admit that. If you find out that someone you looked up to, someone who you idolized, is actually a monster, like, that's a terrible thing to admit. That's a horrible thing to have to do, especially as a kid, man. It's awful. Just awful. But, like, damn. The actor who plays Homelander from The Boys has stated that fans are surprised when they find out he's a nice guy off set. Yeah, I've seen some different, like, clips of him off of, from him, like, not, like, either on, behind the camera, like, behind the scenes, or, like, just in his, like, day-to-day, just being, like, caught at, like, conventions and stuff. And he's just really nice. And, like, funny. And a little shy. It's so out there. It's very interesting. But that's the thing, right? Like, they're actors. In this game, they're voice talent. They're playing a character. It's not who they are. It might resonate with the character in certain ways, and that's how they can get a good performance. But, like, holy shit, do you think Wanderer's voice actor is actually, like, a homicidal puppet? No! He does commercial voiceovers for, like, car commercials and friggin' Taco Bell. Like, chill the F out, man! Oh my god, Foxy, I will missile drop kick you in the chest. Also, justice for Argenti's voice actor. What happened to Argenti's voice actor? Hold up. I didn't hear about some of these. I tend to, like, keep my, you know... I tend to stay out of this business, but I am a little curious. I think Starwell randomly started replacing VAs. Oh. Really? That's unusual. Normally with, like... Well, not just... I guess with these long-running games, they really do try to keep the same voice actor for continuity's sake, because, you know, people get attached to it, right? So... Yeah. I don't know why. There's probably behind-the-scenes reasons. Contract issues is a big thing. Hey, Ronnie, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Yes. Yes, I do. Wanderer is a bad... He's a very bad man. Ho-ho sounds way less jumpy because of the new VA. I mean, there's probably an article somewhere. There's probably only speculation, but I imagine there's some official information out there talking about it. Either the voice actors themselves coming out and talking about it, or people who actually work there. I'm saving for the Pyro Archon. Good choice. New Archons are usually pretty damn good, so you know what? I think that's a great idea. I'm currently saving for the new line of Geo characters coming in Natlan. I was thinking about going for Emily, but I'm like, you know what? Geo characters, you know what I mean? Dendro's too good. We need Geo characters. Also, Argenti's VA did Mr. Tail too. Interesting. Nope, nothing. Huh. Wild. It seems that there's a thunderstorm coming. Let's hope the electricity doesn't go out. Let's hope. I hope my computer doesn't explode. So in the, like, wee hours of the morning, Kazumi was in my room making a bunch of noise, and it stirred me from my sleep, and I wake up in, like, a daze. I look towards my computer. Zumi's on it. She's not supposed to be on my computer. It's not the place for her. And I hear her, like, tapping something, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Turns out she had, taken a coin that was sitting on my desk, knocked it down on top of the computer, and the coin has fallen inside the computer. And I'm just hoping it hasn't landed somewhere where it can, like, damage something, like get caught in a fan. Or, like, make my computer explode, but I'm very upset about it. I'm like, why? Why would you do this? As an unrelated note, there's literally nothing about why VAs got replaced. Are we sure they got, like, permanently replaced? Because there is a universe where they're temporary replacements for, like, example, like, hey, we're doing this event, Argenti's going to be making an appearance in it, and then they're like, oh, I can't make it. I have other obligations. This is looking like, this is shaping up. Anyway, that aside, I wonder why. Wow, this is like the most balanced piece ever. If it didn't hit that defense, I think I'd actually really think about this one. Because it's like competing against a couple of powerhouses. Like, this has probably less attack. It has a lot of flat attack. This has a lot of attack percent. More crit rate. But I lose crit damage. And... yeah, interesting. I don't know what to make of that. Is that good or not? I mean, it's good. I just don't know if it's better. Oh, that is awesome. Cat's opinion. This is what you get for not petting me. Oh, I see. I see. Hold on. Let's do some quick math here. So right now we're at 52.8 over 159. 2645. 2645. Let's check the attack difference. 2645 goes to 2685. So I get 40 attack. Not much. And my crit rate goes up to only 55 for a, what, 5% drop there? 5%? Oh, like 7%. I don't know. I don't think it's all that great, but it's like a good secondary piece for a couple characters, maybe. I think it's at least better than this one. Is it better than this one? Oh yeah, it's definitely better than this one. Okay. I'm gonna go check on Ray. Alright, if anything is, like, coming up, do me a favor and remind him, if you get a hold of him, that I will be available after stream. Just so he is aware. He should be aware if he checks his DMs, but just to be on the safe side. Yeah. I mean, I guess I could start building a secondary set for Ningguang. Like, I've been already playing around with the idea, but, like, we got, you know, flowers to choose from. No good feathers. All of our feathers were rolled like garbage. I don't think we have a good hourglass. Well, hold on. Why'd I give up on that one so soon? I gave up on a couple of these, I think, a little too quick. I think I was, like, really pushing for the double crit stats. And then I was like, I didn't get it. I'm not going for it. But, like, actually, you know what? None of them have any good secondary stats. Never mind. Never mind. He's offline. He might be invisible. Or he might just be, like, on mobile, and his phone's off. Yeah, I hope the best for Ray as well. I hope the best for all of you guys, though. Like, I honestly, like, wanted to see you guys, like, do well, you know? I think, you know, everyone deserves, like, you know, just... You guys deserve the best. Everyone does. I think everyone does. Well, most people. But, yeah, I just hope for the best for you guys, honestly. I think I should stream more often on YouTube. I mean... You can. So I understand you're a little on the young side, though, so I'd be very, very careful about doing that. Be very careful. So I was trying to math out last night. How much Primo Gems is this worth? 60, 120, 240, 360, 420. Okay. 420, standard amount. Okie dokie. Alright, where are our 2 new locations? I want to get this done as well. And as I said, if we can get, like, maybe one or, like, a few more people in here before we get, like, started on the, thingy bob, on the buffs, that would be really nice. But we'll be, we'll be getting started on that real soon. What is this ugly-ass spider? 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 Where's the spider? Should I be aware? Is it... Where's the spider?
Let's move out.
Where is Spiders Man? Alright, what are my requirements? What do you ask of me today? I like that angle. What do we need here? Character in idle animation. Okay. Geopolar. Okay. Gotta wait. Gotta wait. Gotta wait. Ah, it's spiders, man. None of these are really all that exciting. It's okay. Hey, Katria, welcome to the stream. How's it going? How's life treating you today? How is business? We'll be getting started on the buff train very soon. I'm just cleaning up some odds and ends while I have the chance. Bro's hideous. Eat it! Don't actually, that might be bad for you. Good, how about you? I'm doing okay. I'm tired. Very tired. I got woken up way too early today, and I could not get back to sleep, so I'm running on fumes today. Ooh. I like this pose. I like that pose a lot, actually. So we want character doing a charge attack. They want to be an electro sword. Electro sword, I guess, would just be Cookie, right? From the ones I have, at least, it would be Cookie. I guess you could do Electro Traveler as well. Ooh. I like this one. I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to keep that one. Looks majestic. How the hell was that so fast for you? What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about, Foxy? I'm not sure I understand. I'm not approaching that. Punch it. That's what I did. Last time I saw a spider in my house, I punched it. Different topic. Clear floor 12 of the Abyss for the first time. Total, 4 stars. Chamber 1, 1 star. Makes sense. Chamber 1 is a bastard this time around. Chamber 2, 2 stars. Chamber 3, 1 star. Not bad. Very good. I feel like you can, if you were to get an extra star anywhere, would probably be Chamber 3. Because Chamber 3 can be solved very easily with a Hyper Bloom team on the first half. Hyper Bloom solves the first half pretty much solo. And then second half, you just bring whatever your best squad is at that point, and you're usually good. So I think you can grab it. I think you can pick up an extra star, maybe even 2, if you play it really well, but it might be a bit of a fever dream. I'm not going to smack it. I'm going to run instead. Alright, well, be careful. Or the spider might steal your house. It took me like 1 minute for Yunjin to do the idle animation. Oh, it's Zhongli, though. Zhongli goes into idle animation after like 3 seconds. Because, like, he's Zhongli. Why do you think he's always going, Osmanthus wine? You know what I mean? Alright, so that's done. I do want to do a little bit of Simulanka today after we're done with our buff run for the day. Now, here's the $1 million question. Are we going to focus today? It's going to lock me into my house. It does have many arms for doing so. Ran Overload Hu Tao first half and Hyper Bloom second half. Try swapping the two. I mean, I know the first chamber is going to be an absolute nightmare. Because you have to deal with Pyro Shields with Pyro characters. But if you can just bully your way past it and just try to brute force it, Hyper Bloom beats Simon by himself. By itself. Like, it's an easy fix. Switch sounded so majestic just now. Don't they always sound majestic, though? Majestic. Alright, let's get to work then. I'm gonna do a quick intro. Again. Do we do it on the boat? Hold on, let's go to my usual spot. We'll do it on the boat. Oops, we want to go to Lure. And we want to go to the Crux. I'll try that later. Yeah, give it a go. Because, like I said, Simon gets beat down pretty good by Hyper Bloom, and Overload actually beats both of the Consecrated Beasts very effectively. So, I feel like you'll have a good time. Alright, so I'm going to get you guys on screen. Boat. Hey, Lion Life, welcome to the stream. How you doing? How's your boat? Is it Ayaka that we left on? Around there, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get started. Let me ask you a question. Can you believe that we've spent 3 days now trying to buff every character in the game? Man, this game has a lot of characters. That's crazy. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? Short intro, right to the point. Keep it short. Alright, let's start looking around where we left off. I think we ended on Yaimiko. And then we were about to be on Ayado. That makes sense. Alright, well apparently Foxy has the perfect buff for Ayado, so how do you buff Ayado? You could always give him a plunge attack, but I don't think that helps. 3 days, yeah, this is the 3rd stream of doing this. Sidetracked wasn't a factor. No, it was not being factored, unfortunately. I blame the schools. Make his burst not cancel his skill. His burst doesn't cancel his skill. Wait, what? His burst does not cancel his skill. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Get rid of his water sprinkler animation. Well, I think the obvious buff should be just to give him a bigger thing of boba, right? Like, just more boba? Yes, it does. Okay. Okay. Alright, we're gonna play this game today. We're gonna play the game of, is Foxy telling the truth? Where's my Ayado?
Wow.
Really? Cancels his skill, huh? Cancels his skill, does it? Does it cancel his skill? Hmm? Moving on. Turning this into a goddamn house of lies. Why must you turn this into a house of lies? Anyway, back to work. What does it say? It most certainly does not. Like, he's a weird one because he is very good. He's just worse Nervalette, though. He gets his energy up pretty fast. He can deal considerable damage. He attacks fast. He has great synergies. He can do supporty stuff sometimes. Every time I see him, I think water sprinkler. He's got a bit of a water sprinkler thing going on, doesn't he? Make him a full HP. Oh. Actually, you know what? Does that change his core design? I don't know. That's something I actually think I'd play around with, though. I think that's a cool idea. Because that was what made me interested in him when he first came out, and he ended up really disappointing me, because he ended up just kind of being a Hydro DPS. He didn't really utilize the health scaling. So, what if the buff is to just give him more HP scaling in his kit? Like, give him more things that interact with HP. So, it would make stacking HP on him more, like, a lot more viable and interesting. And, I mean, you could make the argument that he's just Nervalette then, but he's basically that now, just as an attack scaler. And it would be a pretty sizable buff, because, man, he'd be so tanky then. He'd be really bulky. Hydro likes health scaling, because they can naturally get the 2 Hydro bonus, which I cannot remember the word for that right now. But yeah, Sander, I think that's not a bad idea. Also, more boba. Yeah, because he's the original one, but, like, Nuvi is the first one to really bring that, like, hyper health scaling DPS to the forefront, I think. Even though Ayaka was the first one that was, like, playing around with the idea. He does play well with Ayaka, used in co-op with a friend hunting handguards, and the siblings make a good team. They do, Especially in co-op, but co-op's a different beast altogether, so it does make sense. Also, I realized I haven't been recording. My recording didn't start. So I have to redo the intro. Excuse me a moment. Resonance, thank you. Let me ask you a question. Can you believe it's taken us 3 days just to get to Ayato? In this gigantic video series of buffs? Yeah, neither can I. Anyway, let's get to work. Okay, I fixed the intro. Now, since I did this already, and I just failed to record it, I'll just kind of recap. Hey, Ray, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. I hope you got my DM today. I'll be free after stream, so we can chit-chat for a bit if you need. So, the big conclusions that we came to with him was giving him some more health scaling would be probably the most interesting thing and most interesting buff you could give him. It lets him be really, really tanky. You could just tack on the HP scaling if you really wanted to, just to give you an option or variety to it. So health stacking becomes more interesting and more viable. And other than that, just giving him more boba. Honestly, the boy needs more boba. That's it. YouTube is still pausing without buffering. Well, usually it wouldn't pause when it buffers. It would just stop and then play again. Very weird. So we spent a fair bit of time on Ayato, but I didn't record it, so oh boy. This thing. Hey Damien, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. How's life treating you today? Good luck, Sander. Hope it works. Interruption resistance. Is that still on the Ayato train, or are we talking about Yelan? Because, yeah, interruption resistance, like to your teammates or to just her for when she wants to do that like charge shot thing. It's kind of bad, to be honest. Oh no, what's going on? I hope you're okay. Yeah, Ayato's a just as done character. Give her more things to do with Barb? Do with Barb without C6? Oh? Nothing wrong with her. Well, yeah, that's the thing. We're buffing everyone. Even the broken characters. Like, obviously she is stupid busted, right? Like, buffing her would be a mistake. So I feel like the thing you give her is some kind of quality of life thing. Like, you don't give her a buff that's going to make her stronger. You give her a buff that's, like, superfluous, something silly. Lots of bad stuff happening around me at the moment, like riots from people from Liverpool and stuff coming to where I am. Best advice I can give: stay indoors. Stay indoors. Don't get involved. Keep your head low. Don't put yourself in unnecessary, risky situations, and take care of yourself, man. It's gonna be all right. Stay calm. Yeah, it sounds scary, dude. I get it, man. It's gonna be okay, though. You just gotta stay calm. Keep your head down. Keep your head low. Keep your head low and your eyes up. And just don't take unnecessary risks. Play things safe. Stay indoors. Hey, Ayaka, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Yelan resistance to international while she's doing the barb shot. You know what? I'm down with that. I think that's a pretty nice quality of life buff. It doesn't break her more than she already is. It doesn't increase her damage. It just makes that you can do her funny charge shot after using her skill a little easier. It just makes it a little easier to do your breakthrough barb. I think that's a cool idea. I like it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Also, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but major sharp knife happened yesterday. Sharp knife? Oh. Oh no. Like I said, just best advice, stay out of it. Keep yourself out of that shit. Stay away from it, and that's the best place. The best place you can be is anywhere else, right? Just don't be near it. But I think you already knew that. Yeah, so let's move on from Yelan. I don't like talking about her. She makes me mad. This will be a fun one. What do you do with Candace? How do you buff Candy's nuts? Because she's already good, but she doesn't really have, like, a lot to do right now, so I'm not sure what you give her to give her a better home. Because I feel like you don't want to turn her into just another Shinsho or Yelan, and you don't want to take away from her infusion, so maybe you just give the infusion something more to do. Also, I feel like I'm like on house arrest, but it's making me safe, so I can't really complain. Honestly, yeah. Work with Dia. Well, she does work with Dia, doesn't she? She already has, like, some synergies with Dia, not like the ones you'd think, but, like, she would work fine, I think. Give her a character that can use her Hydro Infusion well. That would be a very good buff. If there was a Hydro character that could really sink their teeth into her Infusion, and it would feel really good, I think that would make a lot of sense. That would probably be the best buff. Candace, Cant is good, but, well, C6 with... Yeah, well, yeah, that's specifically her C6. It was an exceptionally specific team comp. And if you're just, like, using her for her C6, well, she's just another Shinsho. Right? Like, what she's doing isn't really any better than what, like, Shinsho and Yelan is already doing. So I was kind of hoping to find something that would set her apart. It feels like she was built for a reason, but what was the reason? Yeah, the reason... She doesn't have the reason yet. That's what I think. I think that the reason is definitely this burst, but the character doesn't exist. Not yet. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, I don't want to say, but I have Discord. I mean, you're probably allowed to talk about it. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, as long as it's not like, you know, you're not going into, like, explicits, I guess. You can keep it vague. And it's probably fine. I mean, if there's a problem down the line, if it's too deep and we can't talk about it, then, like, I'll say something, but, like, I think it's fine. I think. Give it a shot. We'll see what... We'll take one step at a time, Damien. We'll just, like, baby steps. So, the biggest buff I would give for Candace would be to give her a character, a whole new character, that's a Hydro character, that would really like this infusion. A Hydro character, or it doesn't even have to be a Hydro character, a character that, while infused with Hydro, would be really, really good. Other than that, I think something you could do is to give a health scaling to the infusion, maybe? Like, what if the infused character got damage, like, like, not just percent damage, but an increased damage based on her health as well? Because right now it has wave damage, the activation damage, and then it's just like a flat bonus. It's just 20%. I think the damage bonus goes up with level, but I think something along those lines would be, like, appropriate, you know? Something that would be like, okay, she's stacking all this health, and it's not just for her damage. She can buff your damage based on her health. That could be good. Yeah, making bonuses stack. Like, something like that, right? I could see something like that. So, I would say, give a health scaling to the damage, and that would also make it so, like, if the damage had some scaling as well, like, for the infusion itself, all of a sudden you can maybe do a DPS Candace on field because now she has health scaling on her attacks, on her normals. And I think that'd be really cool. I like getting rid of her split scaling. Does she really have split scaling? I don't think Candace has split scaling. She's all HP, isn't she? I guess unless you want to count the normal attack as split scaling, in which case, yeah, I kind of agree. Like, I wouldn't mind getting rid of... Actually, wait, does she already have... Heal increased damage to opponents... Oh, no, never mind. She already has the buff I was talking about. It's elemental damage with their normal attack, so it's somewhat specific, but... Honestly, yeah, I just wish she had, like, health scaling on her normals then. Because then she could just do it herself. Because, yeah, the only thing that really has attack scaling is her normals. So it would be great if she could do the infusion on herself and not have to, like, split between the two. I think that would be really nice. Alternatively, I'd probably make the duration a little longer, if I could. Like, that would be really nice. You could just do Zhongli's passive on her. Oh, like, oh, actually, yeah. Oh, you know what, Ray? Give her Zhongli's passive. Which just gives HP scaling on everything. In varying degrees. And just give her, like, normal attacks a percentage of scaling based on her max HP. Yeah, no, that is really smart, actually. I like that. That is a very nice buff, and it's right at home with her. I think it feels super good. I think that makes so much sense. That's very intelligent. Good job, man. I like that. I like that a lot. I like it a lot. Let me just check my... Oop, I can't tab out. Tabbing out's dangerous right now, so... Yeah, tabbing out when I'm on this particular screen can be a little funky, so I don't want to do that too much if I don't have to. Yeah, I think I'm going to move on with that, though. I think you give her the Zhongli health scaling passive, and I think she's a happy camper. Sino. So, I think the buff a lot of people would have said for him is to, like, lower the duration of this burst. Because it just it ends up lasting really, like, way too long, and now that no one could keep up with it. But now the characters that can keep up with it actually exist, so, yeah. His burst does not end if he goes off field. Super easy, right to the point, easy fix. Makes him a lot better. Makes him fit in with a lot of the other, like, infusion crew that can do that, like the older ones, like Noelle and D-Luke. I think that would be right at home. And it would make it so you're not beholden to those specific characters. Because right now you are beholden to Nahida and Furina. If you really want to optimize them, it's those two. Because they're the only ones with durations that last long enough. Yeah, I know. It's a weird instance of, like, man, his burst lasts too long. It's weird. It's a strange, strange time to be alive. But yeah, I think honestly making it so you can go off field without losing his infusion, or his burst, or whatever you want to call it, is an easy fix. You could buff his dad jokes, make them even dadlier. I think I would appreciate some dadlier jokes. Chino, good old Chino. Should keep the purist active while switching. Yeah, I think that's like the consensus. I think it's a really simple buff. It gives him more options without changing what he is, and it doesn't change his interaction with the current best supports for him. I'm going to watch on my PlayStation, so I won't be able to speak or see chat, but I'll be there in spirit. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Hey, and take care, dude. Be safe, take care of yourself, be smart, and hopefully the stream can help you unwind a little bit, man. Take care, dude. Appreciate you being here. Technically, Nahida isn't his best teammate. It's Baijo. Are you sure about that? I'm pretty sure for duration, it's always been Nahida, right? Sprix, are you reviewing accounts? I do. I'm not doing that today, though. What we're doing today is we're going through every single character in Genshin Impact, and we're trying to come up with a buff, a reasonable buff, for everyone. To reiterate the rules, the buff has to not change the core design of the character, and it cannot break the character. We're not trying to make them into nervalettes, right? Hey, Jack, I'm just going with Jack. Hey, Jack, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. I'm hanging in there. I hope you're having a great day, man. And hey, DBZ fan, what's up, dude? I'm not gonna lie, I might have to grab, like, a secondary thing of caffeine. And I never drink more than one of these, because there's so much caffeine in these. I'm that tired today. It's no bueno. Nahida is bad in multi-wave, but Baiju doesn't have that problem. Yeah, but he doesn't have the duration, though. The thing that makes Nahida really stellar with him is the duration. Yeah, no, multi-wave, sure, but, like, not everything is multi-wave, right? Depends. Yeah, Jack is my name, sorry for making it complicated. Look, if you want me to go through the whole thing, alright, hey, what's up, Jack XX Chaker XX 1995. Try to think of, like, at least it's not little x big X, right? It could be worse. It's all good, dude, though. Hey, man, I'm from the 90s, man. I understand. No. No, let the cringe flow through you. It's beautiful. It's a thing of art, man. It's a time capsule. I love it. So let's go with burst not ending when it goes off field. Yeah, that's the easy one. It's an easy buff. It's everyone and their grandmother wants that buff for him, so I think that makes a lot of sense. And would make him better in multi-wave scenarios with Nahida. Aiko, no. Aiko, bad. I feel like I just need, like, a rolled-up newspaper and stream to start, like, whacking Aiko with every now and again and be like, bad! Okay. I'm ready to explain why Sander can't have his buff. We're at Nilou. How do you buff Nilou? Because she's already so good. I know what Sander wants. I'm not letting him have it. Goes against core design. For a reminder, Sander's proposed buff. Here it goes. Oh boy, here it comes. I'll let Sander spell it out. Less damage from the cores? Oh. Honestly? Not bad. Nilou, the skill resistance against interruption is so weird. Some don't know, but some do. They all have the same strength hits. Yeah, because her resistance to interruption isn't actually resistance, it's immunity. But only while she's mid-animation, right? It's something weird like that. Also, Nilou, but she still does what she does. She's creating blooms. It doesn't react with Electro, so Electro doesn't interfere with her blooms. Yeah, but it interferes with the core design of the character. The character is designed and intended to be in a very specific team comp. She works with a very specific subset of characters, and that's what she was designed to do. Making it so I can run any element with her, or just Electro, as you're proposing, would completely go against that and just disrupt the character. In fact, would just make her worse, because now you have an Electro character disrupting your blooms. Yeah, sure, you don't have to worry about them triggering hyper blooms. That's not the problem. That's not the problem at all. The problem is that now you're not blooming as much, because now you're tasering. And, like, spreading and aggravating, and it's like, things get weird. It's actually a nerf. It would actually make her worse. Because then more people would start building her incorrectly. And the reason the teams work is because they're laser focused on doing that one thing. I saw your suggestion, Shane. I had to touch on Sanders first, though. He's been ranting and raving about that for, like, days. But, less damage from the cores, it's very basic. Because God knows, I've exploded my Nahida enough times. Quicken can, aggravate can't. Depends on the order you hit it in. All of a sudden, it turns into an absolute shit show of what triggers first. And because you're electrocharging, guess what? You're probably going to aggravate a lot. Because everything's getting electro. All the time. Like, you've ruined Nilou. You've ruined Nilou. You broke her. She doesn't work anymore because of your buff. You've made her the worst character in the game. You've turned Nilou into what people thought she was on release. Bad. Take that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound so cross and mean with you. I can't. I can't let it go, man. I gotta be straight with you, dude. I gotta be honest. It doesn't work. Make her have more vape synergy, just so there's an off-meta build. Honestly, yeah, I could see something like that. I would like it if she could create bloom core, like her big bloom cores, even if she's not like fully like powered up. Like if she's on the field, like and her burst connects, but her skill isn't active yet, like she's creating the big bloom still. They thought Kazuo was bad. It's true though. They thought that. They thought. I hate to see it. But she does work. She wouldn't. I've explained to you why. I don't know why you don't believe me. You just start disrupting what she's already doing so well. And just making her worse and, frankly, unpleasant. You've made her unpleasant in my eyes. So, yeah, I think the biggest buff you can probably give her, without, like, making her disgusting, is lowering the self-inflicted damage. on the Bloom cores. Because right now, some of the best drivers, I mean not all of them, one of the best drivers for a Nilou Super Bloom team is Nahida. And she gets nuked. It's scary. Nilou has vape synergy with her cons. Yeah, but that's in her cons, though. I'd love to give her something base, you know? I love something in her base kit that says, like, hey, do something with vape and it's cool. Just as an option, I mean. Like, she already has very good scaling in, like, just baked into her kit. Like, she hits hard. So, it's like, I don't know where you'd put it, but I think giving her vape synergy would be, like, okay. It would probably confuse people, though, and that's, like, the problematic thing. What was the Kale buff? I don't remember. I'll be completely honest. Vape synergy goes against her design. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not picking that as the buff, though. But apparently it's not against her core design, because as you just said, well, isn't it just, like, in her constellations? Oh. Your own logic is faltering. But no, truth be told, like, that's not the buff I would go with. I think it'd be fun. But it goes against core design. So, like the best buff I think you could give her is to make her Super Blooms less devastating to get hit by. Like, your own teammates exploding can be really painful. I know it's part of the downside, it's a trade-off, but we're trying to find buffs that make sense, so I think that's what I'd lock in. Make her scale on EM and HP. She does, actually. Did you do Kale? Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure we did. I'm pretty sure we did Kale, because Kale's down here, right? Like, wait. Did we did this row. Oh no, I skipped a row. I absolutely skipped a row. My bad. We skipped a row. We'll get back. All right, we're gonna rewind and jump into Cookie. For some reason, I thought we had done Tainari, but no, we did not. All right, Cookie. What do you do with Cookie? Because right now, she is a health scaling, EM scaling healer, who's a very good driver. I think, like, at the time, because she came out before Dendro did, and you could argue that maybe she was designed with Dendro in mind, but I think she came a little too far before. Make her the god that she should be. She already is, though. So we skipped from Yelan to Candies. I did. I know how I did it, too. Make her burst last longer. That would be okay. I would give her burst maybe something a little more than just damage. Because, honestly, it's just damage. It's just HP scaling damage. And then when you, that eventually gets EM scaling. And I feel like you could give it something more. Because, like, yeah, she's already good. And even when she came out, she was decent. I think she was underrated because people don't like Taser. And they don't like Physical. And those are like, and Overload. And those are the things Electro are good with. Make her scale on EM instead of HP. Like, have her just be nothing but AM. Is that going against her core design? I think it would. I think fully changing her scaling would be bad. I think that goes against what the goal was here. Make her burst give EM buffs to the party. That could be scary. It's really good. It's obviously a very good effect, but that could be kind of scary. I'm down with it, though. Like, her EM increases based on her max HP. I could see something like that. Like, she has the EM scaling from this. So, it could be just like a small EM buff based on max HP. Like, every 1,000 points above a certain amount of HP, she gets like 1 EM. Up to a maximum of something. HP buff to the party. I don't know if that makes sense, though. That's my only issue with that one. I don't know if it actually makes, like, reasonable sense. It's not scary. Nahida and Kale give it already. Yeah, I know, but Nahida's broken sideways, and the only thing that holds Kale back is A, it's a constellation, I believe, with hers, and B, it's like not like the most. It's not a massive EM buff. Like 60 is not like a huge amount. It's a noticeable amount, but it's not like game changing or anything. It's not like Diona's 200. Hey, Springfire, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I could vibe with something like that, like a party-wide EM buff based on HP. I don't think you just make it like a number. I think you have it scale with HP. Because right now, most people just build raw EM, so maybe giving a reason to stack more HP to get that EM buff might actually feel right at home. Get a sizable amount of EM based on your max HP, and the trigger for it is the burst. And then everyone gets it. So she's better, your party's better, and it feels kind of good. And then it all of a sudden feels good to build HP. Because that's kind of what she's intended to do. It's like you build HP, and you grab a little bit of EM for good measures. That seems like what the original like concept was. Now it's just kind of stack EM, and that's all you're doing with her. I don't want to be an annoying mosquito, but I found the password if you're free again. Oh, I thought I messaged you that, like, I'd be willing to do it. You just have to get me the information. I obviously can't, I'm not going to do it on stream for obvious reasons. That could be problematic. They could be problematic, going through your mail and all that, but I will, yeah, I can do that for you. Just send me the deets. Man, I wish I could. It took me a while to get Cookie, so I feel ya. She's really cool. Oh, why not a haste buff based on missing HP? A haste buff? Like, you mean like an attack speed buff, a movement speed buff, or do you mean like her skill triggers faster? I'm not sure about that. Did the email already expire? I don't know. I do not know at this point. It might have. It also might not have. I think they still had time, though. Yeah, I like the EM buff based on HP, though. That sounds fun. That sounds fun and like a build challenge, right? Because you cap it. You make it like it's based on your max HP. It's capped at a certain amount. So then she kind of gets this like cool balance of like getting as close to that maximum HP without going over, while also trying to pick up the EM to like shore up the difference. So it's like Price is Right, but with HP. Hey, Shrius R, welcome to the stream. How's it going, man? How's life treating you today? Yeah, no, Dre, you're on a roll today. Haste for skill triggers or skill on CD. You don't screw with the cooldown because she already has perfect uptime at C1. So I wouldn't do that. C1 already gives her perfect uptime. What heals better, HP or EM? The best is both together. If you want to be real, it's both together at the same time. But HP gets you your actual scaling, and the EM increases that amount. So, both, ideally. Bro, will you remove my review? After we're done this session of buffs, I can probably do that, sure. We want to focus on these buffs today. I'm actually recording this for a YouTube video, so once we're done this for the day, which we usually do a couple hours of it, and just kind of poke at it, but yeah, afterwards, sure. I love your thumbnail. Can I make you a thumbnail? Absolutely. I can't guarantee I'll use it, but I have been in the market for a new thumbnail. Something that, like, fits the mood. Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good to move on. Hey, Who, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. You go lurk in Minecraft at the same time. Sounds like a vibe. Hazo. Ooh. Our boy Hazo. What do you do with our boy Hazo? He's pretty good. He's very focused on, like, one task. And that's punching things very hard. He hits them very hard. Thanks, I love making stuff. Awesome. That's cool. That sounds great. Yeah, Who shows up from time to time? I think he was here a couple days ago, actually. Fairly recently, as I recall. What do you want to do with Hazo? He's got these really big, like, attack scalings. He punches things really hard. I know what I want to do with him. I know exactly what I want to do with him. Make him an EM scaler. I think that is absolutely against core design. His core design is based around one ability, and it's having as much attack as you can to punch them in the... Just deck them in the schnoz. So, yeah, I don't think you give him EM scaling. It's kind of like... He's like the odd one out of the Animo crew. Yeah, but he's not a swirler, though. Like, he gets a little bit of EM. He gets a party-wide EM buff, actually. He gets an 80 EM one when you after performing a Heartstopper strike. So, I don't think you make him an EM scaler. I don't think that feels right. I think he is an attacker. But I know what I want to do, and it's probably, like, the most boring buff we've done so far, but it's the perfect thing for him. Give him better attack scaling on his normals. He wants to be on field. He wants to be punching people to get those his Heartstopper strike stacks going. So give him a reason to be on field longer. Make him so he's not just, like, swirling. Make him so he can actually, like, punch people and then deliver the finishing blow for massive damage. Increase number of swirls he can trigger. That's generally, yeah, so he can stack it faster. He can stack it decently fast with, like, the right rotation, but it is pretty, it can be kind of rough without a second Animo character. Oh yeah, how do we feel about... I'm going to wait until Bric-a-Brac gives his idea. But how do we feel about actually just giving him some really sizable, like, on-field scaling? Because it's not like he can break it, right? Well, it probably can. He's Animo. But Animo can't vape. Animo can't melt. It doesn't get any of, like, the crazy, like... modifiers that many of the other DPS elements get, so, like... How does it stack? Every time he swirls. Or not every time he swirls, every time there is a swirl. He doesn't actually have to be the one to do the swirl. So if you have him with, like, another Animo character, they can swirl for him. Which is kind of like... Oh, it says when he... Wait. Oh, weird. Okay. So it says whenever he activates a swirl on field, but I don't think that's actually true. Because I've run him with Kazuha a couple of times, and his swirls stack faster. It's very strange, actually, now that I'm reading that. I'm like, oh. Maybe it's just a swirl when he's on field. Oh. Well, he can vape if there's water and spiral. Yeah, I guess, but he's not doing the vape, right? Like, it's not like... He's the vapor, it's the swirl doing it. It's very strange. Like, it's not using his scalings to do it. It's not using this. It's not using this. Could you imagine if it was using this? Holy shit. His burst, the Animo ball lands. Bounces back towards you. Heizo, you push the burst button to bounce it back X number of times. Okay, so you think, like, redesign his burst to be, like, this more, like, ball bouncing thing? Well, it's not really how it's designed. It's supposed to be like a vacuum punch. Like, he's punching or kicking so hard it's creating a vacuum, pulling things in. It uses EM. Yes, but he isn't using the EM for swirls. Do you think Heartstopper Strike cares about EM or it doesn't? Swirls are a means to an end, and the end is Heartstopper Strike. Like, and do we really want to give an Animo character EM scaling? Is this a universe we want to live in? Because I don't. Let's not do that. Let's not give Animo scaling, straight Animo scaling to an Animo unit yet. I'm not ready for that. Like, yeah, sure, but it can't... That number has a cap, though. And it can only get so high. And it won't be that high, ultimately. Swirl does decent, good damage. It's not Heartstopper Strike, though. No, Sand, it is not a world you want to live in. You think you might want that? No. There's a reason why that doesn't exist yet. Okay? Like, there's a logical reason behind it. Make him physical. No. Like I said, we're not trying to break these characters. Let's not break him. Giving him EM scaling would be terrifying. And I think, again, just goes against what he's supposed to be. His whole thing is about the one-tap. Yeah, make him do physical damage. Sure, whatever. Sure, why not? Yeah, all I want to do is just give him better normals. Like, right now, his normals feel so weak, so you have this really plodding build-up for the really big punch. I think give him, like, a half-decent build-up. Just something good. You know? Chat needs to cook, not cook the kitchen. Yeah. Burning the house down. I just did a 10 pull, and my Nilu went from 0 to C3. God damn! Share that luck with the rest of us, why don't you? Damn, that's crazy. Congrats, dude. That's awesome. What are we talking about here? Your favorite top 5 characters? No, actually. We are going through the entire roster of Genshin Impact and trying to come up with a reasonable and fair buff for every character in the game. So every character gets a buff, even the broken ones. But we're not trying to break characters, we're just trying to make them a little better. So yeah, my proposed idea is to give him a better reason to normal attack. Because right now, you want to be on field to normal attack with him a bit, to get those swirl stacks for your Heartstopper strike. But that build-up feels really bad at the moment, so having them be a little nicer and make him feel a little better, I think would be good. I think that's what I would want. I think giving him EM scaling would go against the point. Yeah, he can give your party, he has a party-wide EM buff, but not for himself, I might note. He doesn't get his own EM buff. Because, and I think that should be everything you need to know, that he doesn't need it. Right? And this is far removed from the days of Klee giving a crit buff to everyone other than herself. What do you mean? Wait, what? What do you mean, Valhazo? Valhazo? Hold on. Valhazo? Wait, did I say something weird? Did I misspeak? Valhazo. Did I say that? I meant to, what are your top favorite characters? Oh. Top 5 favorite characters in no particular order are Dia, Noelle, Fischl, Beidou, I guess. These last ones are kind of hard. And Kokomi. No worries, Springfire. No worries. Auto Cucumber is okay here. We love Auto Cucumber. We love Auto Cucumber. It's hilarious. I think I want to move on from Hazo, though. He's a weird one. He's an animo character that actually wants to be on field hitting things, and I think we just give him a reason to do it. Kale. I believe we had some potential, some people cooking with Kale. They might have been talking about Vape Hazo. You missed some terrifying buff suggestions. All right, Foxy, you were talking mad shit. What do you got? Because she's already very good, and her constellations make her very, very good. And she's a Dendro character. Dendro characters are hard to buff, in my opinion, because God, they're scary. They're scary. Mine are A, Yay, Nay, Yay, and K. I mean A, I, Nilu, Yelan, and Kokomi. I like my way of saying it better. Yay. A, Yay, Nay, Yay, and K. Kale or Dendro MC in Yaimiko Aggravate? Probably Dendro MC. Unless you have C6 Kale. If you have constellations on your Kale, go Kale. Without the constellations, Dendro Traveler. That's my general rule of thumb for most things when it comes to the DMC. The Devil May Cry. It's an original joke. Do not steal. Give Kale 2 skills. Oh. Oh, like she could just throw her skill twice, like 2 charges? So 2 boomerangs? C0. Yeah, I'd just go with DMC then. Dendro main character is probably your best bet. Hey, Kenneth! Kenneth is finally back from the Great War. How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. It's been a while. Give Fischl another chicken. No! She has enough Oz. He can't deal with two. He's too strong. And plus, we're well far removed from Fischl. Actually, Fozzie, I would like a second skill than the sack bow is even better. It would also give you more of a reason to not run sack bow. Because a lot of people, like, I like running sack bow on her. Because sack bow is obviously very good on her. Lets you get her burst back up much faster. I think just giving a second charge to the skill, yeah, that feels good. It feels very natural that you could just whip out like a bunch of boomerangs and just start going ham. I think I'd know for it. Ayo, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. My exams feel like a great war, no doubt. I do not doubt that for a goddamn second. Oh god, what have I done to my leg? I have like an indent in my leg. I think it's from where I was like sitting against my chair. ICD. ICD increase for baby. Yeah. That would be like a pretty reasonable F2, because then it would probably she'd line up a little better with Mr. DMC. But I those are the two I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna lock in 2. Slight ICD adjustment just to make her in line with some of the other Dendro characters, but more importantly, give her the second charge on her skill. I think that feels good. It's really simple. It makes sense without being weird that she could just throw out 2 boomerangs and call it a day. More boomerangs is more good, and it would give people a couple of more options for build paths. Because I think a lot of people really like running sack bow for that reason, but they also really like running stringless. So I think being able to run stringless with 2 shots like that would feel really good. Just finishing up before packing and heading out my grandma's for a big drive. Oh shit. Well, tell your grandma some random stranger on the internet said hi. I hope your grandma's doing good. Safe travels and all that jazz and all, etc., etc. As you can see, I'm failing English. Oh no. Don't fail English. You need that. I have a bottle, of Hennessy in my room. Drink responsibly. First and foremost. I don't drink liquor anymore. I'm not much of a liquor drinker. The only liquor I ever liked was whiskey anyway. But that's neither here nor there. Maybe buff is more Dendro application on your skill. I think that's what Ao was mentioning. Was referring to the ICD, the internal cooldown. So she could get more Dendro applications with her various abilities. But I think that's a good place to cut off there. Like, you know, ICD adjustments so she can do more Dendro application. Or just being able to whip out a second boomerang. We need to stop getting distracted. That's okay, man. It's all in good fun. As long as we're having a good time, that's all that really matters to me. Next up on the list is Tainari, and the only thing that I want to do with this guy is give him EM scaling. More traditional EM scaling. Like, he has EM scaling, sort of, with this, but I wish he just, like, had more reason to just stack EM. Because right now he's a bit split, because of how it's worded. You do still want some attack on him to get the most out of him, but I just don't know if that, like, just doesn't make him, like, a discount. If that would make him too similar to Alhaitham. If I recall, Kali has the longest ICD in the game. Maybe. If she does, it's competing with, I think, Yoimiya. Yoimiya has a long-ass ICD as well. Wait a sec. New setup for chat? Yeah, actually. It's, well, new-ish. I've had a similar setup for a little while now. This is like, I now have it like set up in a good permanent way now. Interruption resistance when he unloads them big snipes. I think that would be pretty good. But are we gonna really just give resistance to interruption to every archer in the game? Is that the buff? Every bow character just gets resistance to interruption for their charge shots? Don't worry, I don't drink or eat my cat. My cat's name is Hennessy. Oh, no, you haven't actually mentioned that before. That's funny. Hennessy the cat, not the booze. So, that could be alright. So, yeah, either give him something to do more with, like, EM. And, like, in his kit to make attack less necessary. Or let him be able to charge shot a little safer. Because his charge shots are a little scary. Tighnari and Sethos or some other people must move when charge attack. Okay, I see Foxy might be cooking something. Like, what do we do with him? Because he's already quite good. And again, buffing Dendro characters is a scary prospect, because Dendro. He gets a small interruption when he uses his charge after doing the skill. A small interruption? I guess small interruption resistance? I think that's what Ray was suggesting. I think that's an okay buff, honestly. Letting him be able to power out those charge shots without like any fear of stopping is probably for the best. I think that's fair. I think that's fine. Dolores. How do you buff Dolores? I know what I do to buff Dolores. I give her HP scaling on her damage. Because right now, she can't really do a lot of damage anyway. Give her some HP scaling on it. Let her do a bit of damage. Let the little Electro Demon, the little Electro Gremlin do some damage. Why not? I know she has a little bit of some in her kit, like, tucked away. Like, she has this weird Electro Infusion that heals, which wants attack as well, which is super strange. And she gets lots of energy generation, so you could also give her ER scaling. You could give her something to do with ER as well, because she does get like all kinds of bonuses to energy generation for the party. So I mean, like, you could give her something, lean in on it. So just focus, really. It just focus. I'm not sure if it's in the story, but I don't get his skill. Which character skill don't you get? Maybe I can help with that. Make her application better, like the burst string should be thick. That would be fair, I think. I think giving like some thickness to her burst might be okay. C6 is one of the best elemental applications. Yeah, it's C6 though, but it's like, it's kind of far removed from her normal playstyle, because she wants, that's like on-field smacking things with her weapon. I like it. I think it's cool, but it doesn't, like, it's a little too much out of it. Yeah, it's beholden to RNG. You have to have the C6, and it's just, I don't know. It's a bit out there. Tighnari's skill doesn't make sense. Oh, it's a grenade. He's throwing out a Dendro grenade to blind enemies. So it's like a concoction of like all these different like spores and stuff. He's basically throwing a hallucinogenic grenade. It is in fact against the Geneva Convention. It is a war crime, actually. So, yeah, I would either just give her HP scaling on some of her damage to make it a bit more interesting, or give the tether on her burst some thickness. Because having this thing be able to hit multiple targets, I think would make it a lot more favorable. People would like it more. I thought it was some kind of summon or something. No, it's just a grenade. It's a grenade. He throws a bomb. Yeah, I don't think there's much to do with Dory. Dory's solid. Dory gets a bad rap for a lot of reasons, and there's a lot of fun things you can do with her. But I think the most simple buff she really needs is just a little bit of damage in the form of health scaling, and a little bit of extra range for her application. That's it. Try it doesn't... Tevat doesn't look like... doesn't have a Geneva Convention. It isn't a war crime. Yeah, Tevat has its own laws, yes. No, Dory is not nice in the story. She's very funny, though. She's very entertaining, and I find her very amusing, but I get where you're coming from. Totally fair. Dory is not a war criminal. She is a war profiteer. Slightly different. Oh, boy. The monster among monsters. What the hell do you... How do you add something to her without breaking her sideways? I mean, you could make her reapplication better for multiple waves of enemies, but, like... Ooh. I don't know. She gave us 0.86 strength for a lot of Mora. It's true, but we didn't pay for it, though, so it's fine. I didn't pay for it, so it's okay. What do we do with her? So, like, the option that comes to mind is making her reapplication better. But I feel like that could be, like, it would go against, like, it's her one weakness. Let's not take away her one weakness. So that would be kind of dicey, I think. Make her skill that activates when she is on field. Okay. I was playing her last night. My recommendation. Drum roll, please. Larger tap E skill range. Yeah, I could see that. That wouldn't be too broken. It has that, like, nice swing arc to it. Maybe it goes out a little further. Goes a smidge wider. Just a slightly bigger range. Nothing too crazy. I think that would be probably fine. The other buff I would give her, if you wanted to just strictly talk about keeping her fair, her ability to pick up items with her skill should be uncapped. So if she is, like, if there's 10 items on the ground in front of her, she can just pick up all 10. That would be convenient. So you could do, like, bigger pickups, basically. I missed half of my tappies while running domains with her. I don't run into that issue too often, but I have this habit of when I'm doing it just to, like, run into people. Like, I'm basically rubbing up against them when I do it. Let her run faster in the open world. So you're saying give her longer legs. Interesting. I'm gonna head off now to prepare myself for the worst. Have a good day, guys. Sorry if I made the mood worse. You are fine, man. You got nothing to worry about. Stay safe, dude. Don't do anything silly. Just, you know, protect yourself, man. Stay safe, dude. Oh, wait. What is it called? What is what called? Yeah, it's all good, dude. Yeah, so a little bit of extra range on her tap skill if you really want to get, like, stingy about it, and then ultimately let her just pick up the maximum number of items. You know, like, let's just uncap this thing. Let her pick up, like, everything at once. Why not? That seems fair. It doesn't break her any more than she already is, so you know what? I'm good with that. I don't want to spend a lot of time on her. She's a Dendro character. She's broken. Let's move on. We will get the Charlotte when we get to her. Yes. Give Nahida the Rukadavada skin. Moving on. Layla. Layla is very good. She has a very big shield. She can do a little bit of damage based on her HP. She kind of has everything I want for Dory. And a shield. But a shield instead of a heal. Sander, you're concerning me. I think you should quit while you're ahead. That is my solemn advice. What do you do with her? Her shield's already, like, perfect. It's got perfect uptime. It's really big. It can do a little bit of damage because of the health scaling that she gets from this. I think this already has health scaling on it, yep. Hey, Escuronati. Escuronati, welcome to the stream. How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Make her C4 a passive and proc more often, maybe. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I love that C4. That C4 is so, like, peak. So, when it fires off a shooting star, all party members causing their normal and charge attack to be increased based on her max HP. Lasts up to 3 seconds, and will be removed after dealing normal and charge attack damage. So you only get, like, 1, maybe 2 hits in with this thing. But you get it every, like... what, every second or two? So, like, you're getting it frequently. Like Diona, add some effect to her burst. Yeah. Maybe aggro. I could see something like that. Like, if you're, like, within the range of the burst, you're distracted by it. I could see something like that, too. I like the idea of making the C4 base, and then having the C4 improve it. That makes her good for Skara, then, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, she's already good for baseline, but, like, with this, it makes her much better. She's good with anyone who likes normal attacking, or charged attacking, for that matter. Because she works with both. Normal and charged attacks, which is very nice. Yeah, so how do we feel about making C4 base, and then making the C4 improve it? So, like, this is just the base text in Layla's kit, it just says this. And then the C4 increases the duration of it or something. To make it a little better. How would you guys feel about a buff like that? Because I like this. I love this C4. It is so good of a C4. I think it's so well designed. And I want to play with it more. I want everyone to be able to play with this. I think it's cool. Make the C4 proc on alt, not everything, though. Well, you can get a lot of procs off it off the skill, right? Because the skill fires off every time you skill with someone else, right? Let me check what... here we go. When a character protected by the shield uses an elemental skill, 2 Night Stars are created. So, like, you can get these firing off pretty fast. So I don't think that's the biggest issue. I think that's fine. You could also make it on burst activation, maybe. Like, on activating of your burst, and, like, when burst activates and deactivates. You could throw in there, too, if you really wanted to add some extra, like, oomph to it. Okay, I'm using her and building her. I don't have her. Damn, that's unfortunate. You should keep your eyes open for the banners, though. She shows up every now and again. She does show up. She is well liked. Faduzan. What do we do with Faduzan? She is super niche. She is an animo machine. She is a very good animo machine. She buffs animo very well. C6 makes her buffs even better. Even before C6, they're pretty good. I think a lot of people decided that she's not good unless she has C6. I don't think that's the case. She has base animo shred, man. Like, how do you say no to base shred? 30% shred for free. Seems good to me. Wasn't Layla in 3.8 as the free character? Yes, I believe she was. I believe that is the case. But yeah, what do you want to do with her? Because right now she is she's a good animo buffer, and she's actually a pretty good charge shotter. Because, like, you can actually make her into a DPS with it. Sander, he was not referring to the burst giving stars. He meant the burst giving, activating the C4 passive. Sorry, I gotta go. My dogs are angry because I didn't take them for their walkies because of my exams. Go take your dogs on walkies. That's very important. Thanks for hanging out, though, man. Appreciate you, dude. And make sure to tell your dogs that I love them very much. Take care, dude. Take care. She's got a lot of good stuff in her kit. The only thing I think I'd want to do... Expect to have an idea for Candace. You're a little late on Candace, but I'll hear it. I'll hear it, but we are already well past Candace, unfortunately. I think that the skill from this passive should just remove the charge shot timer for a second. I think, like, it decreases it by 60%. I think you make this even faster. Because you really just want to get her off field as fast as possible, so I think just letting this go instant speed is the way to go. You just let this, like, fire off and immediately. Or you might even just not make it necessary at all, because this is where some of her energy comes from, so it's kind of awkward. Make her grouping better. Her grouping can be good. I think her grouping really comes into play from her constellations, though. Duration. Restoring energy, and then this. So... I don't know if I want to give her great grouping, but maybe a little bit of better grouping off of the skill isn't too bad. C6 fires on is a beast with sack bow. No, or with fav bow, sorry. No doubt. I wish I had her C6. I want to do stuff with it, but alas, I have not had the opportunity. So, yeah. Honestly, I think you just make this faster. Make this infinitely faster so you can get her off the field even quicker. So you know how Benny buffs at C16 fuses? Of course. What if Candace had a buff at C6, just not as crazy as Bennett's? And it's an attack boost scaling off of her HP. That was something we came up with, actually. That was something that came up in the conversation. That was my idea. But, we ultimately decided to go with something a little different. And, on top of that, she already kind of has that. She actually has an elemental damage boost based on her max HP, so it's very similar, funny enough. Make every pulse of her burst deal damage, maybe? Does it not already? Does it not do that? I thought it did. Huh, maybe not. I guess you have so much chaos going on, you're not really looking at the specific damage, but, yeah, a little bit more damage on the burst. Her burst hits very hard. So, it's kind of like, I don't know how much damage you want to give it. Sound quality is really crap for some reason, so I can barely hear you. Uh-oh. That's no good. But I can see that, giving this thing just, like, more steady damage. I don't think her biggest thing is needing damage, but I can see that. I think that would be too bad. Yeah, I want to just make this instant cast. I want to get her off the field even faster. Or... I've gotten a taste of something, and I want to explore it more on other characters I think it would make sense on, and she's one of the ones I think it would make sense on. It would make it so you'd have to change... You wouldn't be able to do a charge shot build with her anymore, which... Or you could. You know what? Alright, hear me out on this. What if, when she runs out of stacks of this talent... Because, like, when she gets her C1, she gets a second stack of it. So she does her 1-2 very fast charge shots. What if it auto-swapped her after that? What if it auto-swapped to the next character in your lineup? You think that'd be too jarring, and you think that would work? I wish that in Genshin we could send characters. That'd be super cool. We almost have that now with the theater. Almost, but... I feel you, man. I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I think giving her that an auto swap makes so much sense for her, because you really, really want to just get her off the field. Yeah, exactly like Shiori. So she does her skill, gets 1 or 2 stacks of this passive, and she goes 1 charge shot, 2 charge shot. Once the second charge shot hits, she's off the field instantly. And then it leads right into your next character, who is most likely going to be your Anemo DPS. Your Wanderer, your Zhao. Your Venti, because you're Aiko. I like the idea of auto swaps. Getting a taste of the auto swap mechanic with Chiori has made me be like, man, who else could you put that on? Because I like the auto swap. I think it's really clean. I have an emergency. I gotta go. Tell me if you could sign in. Yeah, I'll let you know. Take care. Hopefully your emergency isn't too serious. Take care and good luck. Appreciate you being here. Have a good one. Yeah, so either make this faster or give it an auto swap. I like the auto swap. I think it's a neat idea. Cool mechanic. On the note of an auto swap to an Anemo character, Wandeezy. So Wandeezy's kind of strange because he's a hyper carry. And he's a really powerful one potentially, but like other hyper carries, his investment cost is so high. Like, you need to bring everything up. You have to have great artifacts. Like, you really gotta lean in on him to make him, like, tick. Gotta go hospital. Oh. Hopefully you or someone you know isn't severely hurt. Just do what you gotta do. Focus on you. Take care. Stay safe. Yeah. Hopefully they're okay. Let's just keep on task then for now. Make his burst not niche. His burst is weird. So his burst ends your skill. Right? What if it just didn't do that? Because is there a reason to do his burst in the air? Like, is it better? Because I don't know why it does this. It feels weird. So, again, he's a character. The only thing I'd want to buff is just making his damage come a little earlier, so you don't need that insane investment to get him there. But like, it's the hyper carry curse. Ray might be cooking though. Let's see. Remove it from existence. Someone does not like Wanderer. Got it. No, duly noted. Note to self: do not play Wanderer while Sean is here. I'm going to play Wanderer when Sean is here. It's going to be funny. Anyway. He needs interruption, resistance, Wind Force State. Like, come on, it sucks. Yeah. It's good, actually, burst ending the skill. Interesting. It feels like it's part of his core design. I just don't know why it is. That's the one problem I have. I just don't know why it's important. So, okay, how about this? I got a great idea. I have a phenomenal idea. So he gets all these different buffs based on his party alignment, right? Like, depending on what characters you have and what elements is represented. What if one of the elements included that damage resistance, or the interrupters, resistance to interruption? Like, right now, I would say that Electro is probably the worst one of the bunch. So what if he got resistance to interruption with it to make it a bit more favorable? Or you could make it Geo. You could throw Geo in there, I guess, and give him like a Geo synergy for some reason. But the whole thing is that you have to swirl it, right? So I don't think that would work mechanically. But yeah, what if one of the elements had that? He can manipulate the wind to fly. He should be able to control his flight. Yeah, I know, but have you ever tried flying in the air and gotten hit by a rock? I mean, like, throws you right off. Don't ask me why I know that. Burst could give the skill back. Ooh. Could that be scary? Is that scary? It might be. Because that could lead to permanent flight, potentially, and I don't know how I feel about that. More skill stamina. I feel like the skill stamina is the amount it is for a reason, but I could see it. It couldn't hurt. Maybe like Cryo plus Hydro, because Freeze, I don't know. It would be just one of them. So, let's look at these, right? Which buffs are the best? Like, Hydro gives him extra stacks of his... I think that's from his skill, right? So... yeah. No, it is, but it also gives him flight, so, like, that could be scary. And then all of a sudden you have a bunch of Wandeezys flying infinitely and getting out of bounds. Yeah, I'm aware, Sander. I own Wanderer. I've played him quite a bit. I have a top 8% Wanderer. I am very aware. Thank you. I'm very aware. Thank you. So, yeah, what would you think about adding... deciding which one of these elements is the worst one, and then giving that element while you have that buff, resistance to interruption. So, it's not just a free resistance to interruption. You have to work for it a little bit. But then it gives you a reason to experiment with different element combinations. Do you think that would be cool? Because I think that would be pretty damn cool. Hey, AJ, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Do we have any takes on this? Because that's my take. I think that'd be cool. I like if I can make a buff for a character to be super specific and not just a buff you could put on anyone. If I can make it very specific to the character, I think that's really cool. I would like that. I'd like to get some more takes, though, if possible. I see a lot of people, like, mentioning the stamina thing, but, like... Well, I've seen a few people mention the stamina thing, I think. Especially Ao. Ao! Electro's the worst. Yeah, because, like, his burst is fine, but, like, it's certainly not the meat and potatoes. Good, but I had a bad dream last night. I get those. I get night terrors sometimes. I haven't had one in a little while. Knock on wood, but, like... Yeah, I get the night terrors. Yeah, so I think that's the idea. We change the Electro buff a little bit. I think we keep it, somewhat. I think you can shorten the text to make it less ugly. You shorten the text. Maybe you don't have it include charged attacks. It's just when normal attacks hit an opponent, gain energy back. With a cooldown of 0.2 seconds. Also gain resistance to interruption. Hey, Polar, what's up? Seriously, hi before going to watch Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh, sick. Enjoy the movie. I don't particularly care. Well, if you didn't want to put resistance to interruption there, maybe on a different element, or even on Electro if you want, you put increase your stamina. Actually, wait, hold on. Does Hydro do that? What is the point cap? Kuryogo points. Well, consume stamina. Let me just read how this works exactly. Your movement, gain the following round, presently consume. Oh, he already has that. Oh. His combo should be normal, normal, charge, normal, charge, charge, normal. Normal, normal, charge, normal, charge, charge, normal. If you understand the reference I just made, you are way nerdier than I will ever be. Yeah, so he actually has a stamina buff. It's when you do Hydro. Huh. Wild. I mean, yeah. Huh. So I don't know how, again, I don't know how well that translates, but apparently he does have that. Huh, neat. You can increase, I'd say maybe if the stamina still feels bad at that point, I guess you just increase the number there, right?
According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale.
Love it. Only the signature is anti-synergistic until the charge attack is better for his attacks. Oh. What? It's anti-synergistic? That doesn't make sense. So, your proposition is just make that number bigger. Or increase the base. I could see increasing the base a little bit. Yeah, you know what I want to do? I know exactly what I want to do. Also, thanks, Ray, for that. I'm going to walk in. Electro, instead of just this energy restoration, it gives resistance to interruption. Yeah, Electro, because... Like, you can make the argument that, like, maybe Cryo or Pyro or even Hydro would make more sense for it, but, like, you can give a lore reason, like, oh, yeah, well, he's, like, you know, son of the Electro Archon, so Electro makes him sturdier because he's a robot, and robots like electricity or some shit. I'm watching you, Polar. I'm watching you. Yeah, I like that idea. It doesn't mess with his damage, but it gives him a cool quality of life that is, like, unique to him. Yeah, he has another Dendro character. I don't know what to do with these ones because they're all broken, overpowered nonsense. Like, she's an HP healer. You could give her HP scaling on damage, but I think that would be dumb because she's a freaking Dendro. I don't want this. I don't want this monster running, this tiny, vile gremlin running around. I like Yaya though. She's great. Let's increase all the elemental buffs then. I don't know if I want to give him more than 20% crit rate, though, for Cryo. That sounds scary. That's a lot of crit rate. Get to watch Ryan Reynolds dance. That should be fun. Oh, I see. I can't dance as good as Ryan Reynolds. I'm sorry. Whomst the hell are you? Oh, God, it's a Wanderer main. Sorry, Snapple, but now is not the best time for this. We're doing a thing. Yeah, I think that's the one. Let her burst exist off field. Because I like the idea of you jump around a couple times, you sprint, you get your 3 Yugues out, and then you switch. I think that would be nice. Like, it only lasts 5 seconds to begin with. Let me have 2 seconds of Yugue. Make him play Ayaya. A little too late, Wanderer Wayne. Yeah, it's too late. We killed his boy. It's too late. We broke him. Oh, man. I think that's the buff, though. It's really simple. It doesn't break her. And I think it would be totally fine. And it would feel more natural because even I'm like... And I like Yao Yao. I think she's super good. But even I'm like, you know what? Maybe she can just have that little bit of off-field time. It can be a little hard to justify, because there are better options now. Spirit is okay. Ryan Reynolds dances better than most people, and especially when he's dancing to NSYNC. Well, that's just not fair. That's like a 4-year-old trying to fight Hulk Hogan. That's just not a fair comparison. Yeah, because running around, jumping around, doing her Uruguay summoning is fun, so, like, I want more reason to do it. Because a lot of the time you find yourself, well, I don't really want to stay on field with her for very long. So, you just don't do it, unless you need to. So yeah, I like that buff. Very simple, super straightforward. I want to nerf Alhaitham. I know we're coming with a buff for every character. I hate this man. Make him... Okay, here's my buff. Make him less of an asshole. Can we buff his personality to make him not a dick? Because then I might actually like him. Make him less of a prick. Yeah, he wouldn't be the same character anymore, and that's part of the charm, but that's all I got. Alright, take care, Polar. Enjoy the movie, man. Weird, you can't do 2 bot commands in the same text. That's not weird. That's pretty normal. Can we debuff him? I'm thinking about it. She gets rid of rabbits with normal attacks. Ah, no. It goes against what she is. She's not a fighter. So she wouldn't be throwing out Uruguays with, like, elegance and, like, all these masterful spear strikes. No, she's, like, jumping around just going, yay! Uruguay! Bunny rabbit! Like, that's the endgame fantasy. I like the idea. Change the personality. I don't like meta characters. I can enjoy a meta character. I do not enjoy this man. That may be the hottest take I've ever had. Okay, here's my buff. Let him manually aim his skill longer? Because I don't think you can really aim it, can you? Like, you can't hold it? Like, does he have a hold skill? Oh, no, he does. It does hold. Never mind. I think he couldn't. What if we just delete him? I like this. Addition by subtraction. Make him not so mean. Yeah, he's, like, so strong, and there's, like, I can't give him anything. His kit's so tight. Like, he's so perfectly designed to get under my skin. Spricks, normal attacking. Or was it the booms that she throws while normal attacking? The booms? What are you talking about, Sandra? I'm confused. Make the crystals last longer? I don't want to give him anything. Is he the one character we won't buff? Is it the only one? Yeah, you know what? No, this is a thought experiment. That's the whole point. We have to come up with something for everybody. That's what makes this interesting. Alright, chat, what do you got? Apparently, Lenny can do 100k a tick, easy. Absolutely can do 100k a tick. I've seen it. Just need the right setup for it. I don't know. How about we give him like a non-buff, like something that like he'd never do? What if he had a really cool plunge attack? Give him Dendro Res Shred. No! No! Absolutely not! Dendro has one of the best resistance shreds in the friggin' game as far as I'm concerned, in an artifact set. No! Absolutely not. Crystals remain when you swap off him, I guess. I could live with that. What if he could trigger his mirrors with plunges? How about that? Oh no, when he possesses Light Mirror, we convert it into Dendro damage. Okay, that's fine. Affirmation can't light a mirror based on... Where's the one that fires off the mirrors? Where is the thing that fires the mirrors? Oh, it does already... Wow, his plunge already generates it! God damn it, this man's friggin... God damn it. What? His plunge already does it! Wow, they really gave him everything. Yeah, quality of life for the newbie struggling with mechanics, because that's what I want. I want more people playing him. Ugh. Gross. Alright, Ray, give me something. Give me something that won't fill me with rage. Otherwise, I'm going with, I'm gonna lock in with AO's, off-field suggestion, which I think is fine. I think that's fine. Sprixie can already get more rabbits while normal attacking. Or was it the booms? The booms? The booms? What booms? What are these booms you're talking about? You mean blooms? I don't know what you mean. But yeah, no, she doesn't... The thing that gives her more rabbits is jumping and sprinting. Stop yelling at me! Yeah, he scales so... He might as well only scale on EM. The attack percents are almost irrelevant. Booms. I don't know what booms are. Do you mean blooms? Bombs? Wait, what bombs? She doesn't make bombs. She makes radishes. She makes radishes, dude. They're little radishes. Sprix, I sent. The attack sailing is a great bonus. I guess. Doing reactions generate shards. He already generates shards like a machine, though. Does he really need more? I don't think her normal attack should do anything, Sander, if I'm being honest. Because her whole lore is that she is not a fighter. She is an amateur with a polearm. She has barely any idea what she's doing. That's why she, like, basically falls over when she, like, tries to swing it around. So I don't think that lore-wise or, like, aesthetically-wise, Yao doing anything with her normal attacks makes any sense. She's literally frolicking. Her whole shtick is that she frolics. Maybe that's the buff. Maybe we can make Alhaitham frolic. I don't know. Maybe she does. But she'd be, like, spilling them. Which is kind of funny, actually. That would make sense. My dumb ass would actually appreciate more ways to get mirrors, but maybe just one more way. God. Can we cut off his stupid hair... Ahago thing? Can we cut off his hair antenna? He has too much signal. We need to lower it. But yeah, I don't think normal attacks are great at Uruguays, though. Definitely. Definitely not. She generates them enough with just frolicking. And that's how I like it, though. I think she should frolic. Let Yao frolic, goddammit. Have you ever tried frolicking? It's great. You'll feel amazing after. Give his house to Kaveh. Now you see, this guy's getting it. This guy gets me. Alright. Let's just go with... He can generate a mirror every, like, 5 seconds with a reaction or something. I don't know. Or Ao's original idea of just letting him be able to go off-field. You know what? No, he can go off-field. Let him go off-field. I think the man should be able to go off-field. So I can get rid of him. The less I have to look at him, the better. So, I'm going to lock in on that. Let him go off-field so I don't have to look at him. Dia. So she's perfect, so we can't buff her, obviously. So, what would we do to her? So she's already got, like, this cool health scaling thing going on. It sucks that her best health scaling, to really let her lock in on it, is locked behind C1. So I do wish she had more health scaling base. How about if his mirrors isn't used up after a period, it explodes? That sounds like it'll be good, though. I don't want him to have good things. Hashtag no nice things for Alhaitham. Alhaitham is not allowed to have nice things. She does so little damage. I disagree. If you build her right, she does damage. Mine does damage. Make every card of her con in her kit. Okay, maybe not this one. Let's not let her have her C6 baseline. This thing is actually really, really good. This is a lot of damage. Don't sleep on this one. But, honestly, if I could I'd make the first two base. These two. More health scaling base because honestly I think that's like what she's designed to be. But it's really confusing otherwise. Because you have this weird break where it's like, do I do HP or do I do attack? The C1 makes it that's like you do HP. Like there's no other question now. Now you can just do HP. Allow her normal attacks to proc other effects? What other effects do you mean? Like they have bonuses on their own? That'd be cool. Here we go. Now I am definitely the Dia expert here, so if anyone's going to come up with a good, have like the best knowledge on this one, for this one, it's definitely me. I'll toot my own horn on that one. Yeah, make these two base, replace them with stuff that like are similar. Like maybe this one resets the cooldown of her skill instead after using her burst. And then this one increases the HP scaling and increases her max HP. Well, I'm going to delete myself. Don't delete yourself. Absolutely not. Get your ass back here. Make your skill give an infusion while she's in the area. No. She's not really an infusion character, though. Like, she's never was meant to that. Yeah, she's got some sick-looking normal attacks. I wish they were better, but, like, it's not really what she's designed to do. And I don't really want to change what she's designed to do. I actually like what she does. Oh, you're heading out now, Ayo? Alright, take care, safe travels. Tell your grandma I said hi. Burst normal attack. Oh, like her burst was considered normal attack damage? So it would proc certain things like Shincho and like Beto and stuff? And like C6 Fischl? I mean, you press the normal attack button to trigger it. To like make it go faster, so... Oh, you know what? I think I might be in for that. Could be the only problem I take with it is it puts her in a bit of a box, and then she's just kind of building like Diluc. It's the only issue I have with it, but I do like it. I like it a lot. I'm just a little worried that like then she gets too close to Diluc, and I don't think I want that. I'm gonna say yeah, that's a fair buff. I like that. And I think we could, like, definitely include that. Like, that's definitely going to make it into our theoretical buffs. Make the amount of damage mitigation better with more HP. You have to give... At level 10, it's 50%. It's fine. Take half damage. Nah, we good. It don't need no scaling. It's fine. No, 50% is good enough. We're good. We're good. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's fine. Just because no one levels her up, so they don't know. I understand. Remember, normal attack and skill button. Yeah, but like when you look at it though, it's a normal attack, right? It leans in more to her hitting things like a normal attack with like an infusion almost. That's what it feels like. You could argue it's a skill, because you can do the skill button too, but you're face it, you're pressing the normal attack button 9 times out of 10. I don't have her. Yeah, that's understandable. Like, that's fair. You're not the only one who doesn't know. No one knows. What if she could get stacks every 0.3 seconds whenever she punches, she hits a stack? Maybe. Either that or she stores damage, mitigate it, and that damage is used to power a big boom at the end of the skill. I would love that. That leans in really hard. Oh, I like that. I like that better than the normal attack thing. that leans in super hard to what she's already doing. She is there to mitigate damage, to be a tank. So all of a sudden you're like, hey, that damage you're absorbing? Exude it. I'm in for it. I like it. Doesn't her interruption resistance last less than the skill duration? I think it's just while the field's active, isn't it? Let me check. Use one experience. Enhance the duration. Just have their resistance interruption increased. And when such a character takes damage, a portion of that damage will be mitigated and flow into Red Rain's blood. No, it's the same, unless it's a bug. If it's a bug, that's a different matter. But I've never noticed it. So yeah, here's our two buffs. All that damage mitigation, all that absorption that you're doing gets paid off at the end. Also, I'm gonna have a snack. If you have a snack, enjoy a snack. I got myself my chocolate-covered almonds. I love me almonds. And no, I did not eat Grandpa Almond. Don't worry, he's fine. Anyway. So you absorb the damage, and it gets put into the last hit of this thing, so that big slam at the end does a monster amount of damage. Based on all that damage you absorb. That would be sick. And then I'd also just add the, let this thing have, like, its perfect uptime, because God, it needs the near perfect uptime from the C2, and give the health scaling where it belongs. Just give her the real health scaling. And then have the C1 just make it better. That's all I'd do at that point. How about her ult punches give the next character you switch to super armor for a set period, and then the set scaling based on how many punches you hit? No. Because I don't know why it would, you punching them would give super armor. You already have this like field of like damage absorption. Why is you punching them giving your other party members super armor beyond that? I mean, you can argue it's like a cloak of flame, I guess, but I don't think it fits as well. And also, I'm a little scared of giving Nervalette super armor with a character he can vape with. I don't think I'm ready for that universe. I don't think I want to live in that universe. He's already good enough with her. Let's not like blow our load here on this. Like let's not accidentally buff Nervalette, okay? Can we stop trying to buff Nervalette? Can we stop trying to buff Nervalette by buffing other characters? Can we cut that shit out? Alright, take care, Who. And don't delete yourself, please. Don't do that. You're a good dude. Hang in there, man. That's all I got for her, though. She's like my favorite character. I know what I want for her. I know what I want her to do. I know what I like. And I think what she does is already quite good. Ooh, Mika. Okay, I already know the fix to Mika. This isn't really a conversation. This thing's too hard to stack. Like, getting your goddamn Star Fox swirl nonsense, it's too hard to stack. You have to hit multiple targets. Let it just connect. If it connects, get your stacks. Don't overcomplicate it. Like, why does this have to be so complicated? Just let it just be like, oh, you hit a target, you get your stacks, you're good. Why do I have to, like, calculate, like, oh, did I hit 3 enemies to get my optimal stacks? No? Well, shit, I guess I didn't get anything without constellations. Boo! Boo on that! Let him just get stacks. Let the boy just get stacks. You almost said Star Fox. Can't let you do that, Star Fox. Fun fact about Nililo. Her last skill, aka the one that creates the water aura, creates dew blooms always. Oh. even if there's no Dendro involved? N64 time after? Unlikely. We have quite a bit of Genshin stuff to do left on the ticket, so we want to get through some of that too as well. Hey, Blue Tiger, what's up, dude? I don't think anyone has any opinions on this other than maybe Foxy. Foxy, do you have anything to say on Mika? Because you're like the one person who, like, this would affect. Because you're the only physical main that I happen to know of, other than, like, myself at times. With Dendro. That makes sense. It'd be funny if it didn't. I have no Dendro characters. I've created 2 Bloom cores. What in the hell? It's okay. Yeah. Let him just get full stacks just for hitting something. Like, why do we have to, like jump through hoops? Just let me get the stacks, and then just have everything else just give more stacks. When you do it. Like, hitting multiple targets, combining it with the burst, like, all that shit. Like, just let me let the boy get his stacks. That's all I care about. Let the physical characters be decent. Kave. What do we do with Kave? Kave's kind of okay. I think the obvious thing you want to do to him is give him some kind of EM scaling, or some way to turn attack into EM. Because right now he's kind of a split scaler in, like, the worst possible way. But he interacts with something so good that he's just kind of an EM scaler, so I'm like, maybe let him have a little bit of EM scaling somewhere. Make his E take ownership of the blooms. Wait, do they not? Oh, I guess it makes sense that they wouldn't, unless he made them himself, which he can. Like, when he's doing his burst, he's definitely owning the blooms. Not more often than not. Okay, I like that idea. Let it, like, so basically, if he pops a bloom in any capacity, it uses his EM. Can be good or bad, depending on the team comp, but yeah. Yeah, I like that. I'd say that's pretty elegant. He takes command of the blooms. Lower his skill cooldown. It's 6 seconds right now. I could see it going to 5. Maybe. But beyond that, I don't think I'd want to push that down too much, because that could get kind of scary. Bloom is a scary mechanic if it's allowed to be, like, hyper-dominant. So, I don't know. Yeah, okay, so how about we meet halfway on this? We lower the skill a little bit. Not a ton, just a little bit. And we make it so if he does pop a bloom with either his burst or his skill, like any capacity, it uses his EM with a bonus. I think that would be nice. That, like, allows him to be the EM scaler and driver without having to compromise your team in any weird way. You can just let him do his job. That seems good to me. Pretty simple, actually. Very elegant. I like that one. That was a very good idea, Escurinati. By Ju. A character that got a very bad rap on release, but is very, very, very good. You mean the Dendro healer was actually good? Wow, imagine my shock. It's almost like I said that day one. That's crazy. Good lord. I'm gonna bring our boy down. He's a little high up right now. Let's get him more in frame. We need Richard's guidance right now. Make his shield better. His healing is so good. Do we really want to give him that big of a shield? Because right now, I believe his shield just keeps reapplying, right? Yeah, because he just keeps making new shields. Yeah, his shield isn't big, but it's constantly making new ones. So, maybe you take away some of the shield healing and put that healing into the shield duration? Or the shield power? Because I don't think you don't want to increase his healing. His healing, and I don't think you want to make the shield bigger while his healing is that high, because that starts feeling ridiculous. Like, he's already makes your team very hard to kill. But I'd be okay with that, because that's like the one thing people think is like his weak part, is that his shield is not insane. He's not meant to be a shielder, though. That's not his job. His job is to heal you. The shield is just icing. Though the shield comes with other benefits, though. But it's not for the shield, it's for just having the shield, as long as it exists. So, it should be a little fragile. Maybe when it breaks, it applies Dendro. I could be okay with that. A little bit of extra Dendro application to reward every time a shield pops. Yeah. I'd be okay with that, too. Yeah, so like a little bit more power in the shield, but not a lot. Just a little bit. I thought Kirara was flat, and the new skill proved me wrong. What? I don't know what that means. I don't think I want to infer any further. I prefer if his snake was more AoE or something. I don't think it needs to be. It is what it is, because it's not meant to be like this great Dendro-applying AoE tool. It's a heal. And a very good one at that. It's a very big heal. Oh, skin. Okay. Yeah, I was correct. I don't want to interact with that any further. Don't worry about it, DBZ fan. He's just doing that thing again. Yeah, let's just buff the shield a little bit. A little bit of extra application when it pops. Maybe make it a smidge bigger. If you want to make like a fair trade of it, you take away some of the power of the shield healing and pump it into the shield itself. Sandra, why are you talking about that, though? What's the relevance? Where is the relevance? There is none. We're not even talking about Kirara. Like, why are you even mentioning it? It doesn't make any sense. Now we're going to talk about Kirara. She has a great hat. New skin buffed her hat game by, like, 10%. Like, or maybe 20%. What else do you want to... What would you do with her, though? She's interesting. She's an HP scaling shield with all of her, like, these really high attack ratios. All over the kick, all over her kit. So, like, what do you do with it? Like, she's quite good. Make her do some damage off field, like the shield. Yeah, like a little like Dendro pulse while the shield is active. Yeah. I could see that, but like, kind of like, but yeah, then it's almost, I feel a little weird about it, because then it's just like a better version of Layla's shield then. Where it's like this really big elemental-based shield, but it has some like actual big damage on it potentially, because it has the kick at the end. Because the meteor kick actually is pretty solid. But giving it a little bit of, like, application, maybe. Maybe it's just pulses with Dendro, no damage. Oh, she already has that in her C4? Normal charge or plunging attack, 2 over 4 coordinated attack. Yeah, it does. It does, in fact. It does, in fact, do that. Damn. Change shield to resistance to interruption. Wouldn't that just make her worse? Why would we do that? Why would we do that? That shield is so good. It's just better than resistance to interruption, isn't it? It's just good. Make her cat last longer. You know what? You know what? Okay, you know what? You might be cooking there, actually. C4 is so slow, you can make it quicker. Oh, that could be a fair buff. Okay, let's start there. C4, coordinated attacks, a little faster. Let them come out a little bit quicker. It's a constellation after all. It can be a little good. It can be kind of good. For a C4, especially. Make her burst interact with Electro. Does it not already? Does her burst not interact with Electro in any way? Like, does it not do aggravates and stuff? Lower the ICD in her cat form. That would be an okay one, too, because running around, bumping into things can feel kind of clunky at times. Because it's not ticking that much. Ayo, living in the past again. Damn. Gotta live in the here and now. Okay, so really it's just like upping her Dendro application. That's what we're talking about. Oh, it's for the Baiju shield. Okay. I could see it. I do like the shield, but making it damage resistance or like resistance to interruption instead would it give her or give him a easier time maintaining his buffs and stuff, but kind of goes against what he's doing, though. It's kind of like, it feels important, it feels core. But I see where you're coming from, and I think it's reasonable. So yeah, just a little bit more Dendro application on her end, I guess, would be nice. Both, like, in her skill ICD and, like, that C4. Also, yeah, let's just let the cat last longer. Not for combat, but just for, like, climbing walls and stuff. Yeah, let her just be able to climb bigger walls. Just a little bit longer. I think that'd be fun. When out of combat. Specifically when out of combat, last longer. What if her bombs were activated when hit by Electro? No. Because that's not what they do. They're just bombs. They're not like Bloom Cores. They are literally explosives. And have gargantuan scaling. Leave them alone. Resistance interruption with damage mitigation, kind of like Shinsho. I could see that. I could definitely see that. You don't even have to change the animation then. Well, maybe a little bit, because they might be confused. It's like, why am I taking damage? I have a shield. But, yeah, I could see that. It would make maintaining the buff on it easier, and it would be very strong still. So, yeah, I like that idea. Well, I'll keep it in the video when we're talking about this, but that is specifically for Baiju. I think it is a good idea. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Those options, though. Let her cat last longer out of combat. Give her a little bit more application. Just a little bit. Doesn't need a lot. I don't like buffing Dendro characters. They scare me. Lynette. Lynette's decent. She is decently strong. Not the best. She's not the worst. I don't think she's the worst Animo character, but she's certainly not the best. She's a good middle ground. My one thing I want to do is buff her C6. I think this thing's potential to be really good, and it just isn't. So, like, for a C6, I'm like, man, let this be good. Give her something to make this better. Anything. I don't know what it is. Just, like, anything to make this a little stronger. What do you got, Foxy? Sounds like you got something in your mind. Buff her goddamn normal attack. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. It's only relevant to her C6, but she is a good Animo character. She does all the good Animo stuff. She has a little bit of pull in her kit, so her CC is there. Her damage is fine for swirling. Her skill damage is very good, and she's just generally pretty strong. I like her. I think she's like this like really basic, simple design that is fine for what she is. And she gets this like cool party attack buff. So yeah, let's just give her some better normal attacks. Just a little bit better. There's a couple of, I guess, small buff to her normal attacks to make that C6 a bit more exciting. And maybe give her some reason to be on field sometimes. Oh, Aiko came back just in time because she knows what's coming up. It's Linny next. He is a very high tier character. He is meta. He's very good. How do you buff this guy? How do you buff Linny? How do you buff the man that doesn't want reactions? Who doesn't need them? How do you buff the magician who ascended beyond reactions in the reaction game? What in God's name do you give him? The answer? Let his burst go up walls. Or just in general, let his burst fly. What if his burst could just let you fly a little bit for a couple seconds? That would be the buff. You can already walk off a cliff with it and not lose or gain height, but what if you could gain height? What if you could just go whoop and just soar into the air a little bit? Nah, I don't think more reactions. Again, that's his core design. His core design is like he's three pyro characters. He's three pyro characters trying to get into a movie by wearing a big... Yeah, but you can't steer it up or down. You can only just go in the direction you're going, and you'll go off a cliff and just keep going. You'll maintain height. I'm talking you can take off with them. What if you could just go, and I'm out, and just leave? His burst doesn't last very long. It only lasts for, like, what, 3 seconds? 3 seconds of uninhibited flight? I think that'd be really fun. And, I mean, he's a bow character, so he already doesn't have a problem with Oceanid, but what if he could just fly into the air and get real personal with the stupid birds? Be like, I'm coming for you! That'd be funny. That'd be hilarious. And kind of on brand. Flying hat through the air, it's one of the greatest magic tricks I've ever seen. Sounds great. I'm in for it. Who's in? Who's with me? Flying magic cat hat. Foxy's cooking, apparently. Let's see what he's cooking, though. When you do skill, it spawns a cat in the hat. No. Absolutely not. That is so much damage coming out really fast. Absolutely not. He already hits for like 1,000,000 damage when you do that. No, let's not give him another 1,000,000 damage. Like, goddamn, that'd be ridiculous. Aiko knows what I'm talking about. She's like, I love Linny. Linny's one of my favorite characters. No, that'd be dumb. That'd be stupid. Right, Aiko? Cat's in the hat. So, like, we don't need to give him more. He has enough. So, yeah, moving on. I don't want to spend a lot of time here. Because time. But also, dude, flying Linny cat hat. Fremine. The itty-bitty Freminity committee. What do we do? Now, he can only have one per field. He can go up to 2 with constellations, I think. Physical. Right. He's a physical character. But he's also a cryo character. He's sort of this weird in-between hybrid where, like, if you're mashing the skill a lot, he does a lot of cryo damage, and if you're, like, using it once and then just swinging normally, he's doing a lot of physical damage. So, like, he kind of does both. I know what the buff I want to give him is. It makes building him a little rougher, because you have to invest more into him. I think we buff his burst. I think his burst should get some kind of scaling in it. Some kind of, like, physical/cryo damage bonus. You can increase the damage of Shatter instead of interacting with it. Honestly, if I'm going to do something to Shatter, I'm going to just change Shatter. I wouldn't give a character the role of fixing Shatter. I would just fix Shatter. We just make Shatter completely different. Like, the same reaction, obviously, but it just scales differently. Maybe it could become, like, the physical version of Melt. So, like, if you shatter something, it does, like, a sizable increase of physical damage. Like, it's a modifier instead of a flat damage. Now, that's a broad buff. Not really to just Fremine, but it would buff him, like, adjacently, so we can I'd include that, but... Make his burst do damage. His burst does do damage. I think we give it scaling, though. Because right now it's just the skill damage. I think we give it, like, cryo physical damage bonus on level up. That's what I would do with this. Because right now I think it just gives physical damage, right? Huh. Yeah, normal attacks will increase burst timer, releasing normal attack. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't really add anything besides, like, its base effects. I think giving it scaling would be fun, though. I like changing Shatter. Same. So, 2 buffs. Buff number 1, just change Shatter. Make Shatter into, like, the physical Melt. I think that would be good. Or some kind of physical buff to it. Like, anything, really. Hell, maybe you make... Because Shatter also interacts with Geo, I think. So, maybe it could be a Geo/physical thing. That'd be cool. And then I'd also give his burst some scaling. Give it, like, some cryo/physical damage scaling. So it interacts with both playstyles, while also giving him a sizable damage buff. And gives you a reason to level up the burst. Yeah, what are you talking about, Foxy? Yeah, I think that's good. We don't have to spend a lot of time on that one. Okay, I've been thinking about this one. I know exactly what I'm doing with this guy. And no one's convincing me otherwise. The buff for Nervalette, you buff every character who generates his orbs, Hydro Traveler, and Siege Wind, respectively. And you make it so all of them generate orbs in 3s. Not 2s, not 1s, they generate them in 3s. So always, no matter what, you get 3 orbs if you're running one of these other characters with him, to give him a full charged attack. It's super specific. It doesn't change his damage output. It's just a little bit of fun utility for using a very specific character that synergizes with him. Because I am... Good God, I'm not giving him anything else. This man's a monster. Are we good to move on with that one? Because that's... Oh, God. Oh, ye gods. This thing. This creature. This overpowered behemoth. Yeah, let's move on. We're good. Wesley. He's an interesting dude. He's a cryo guy. He's a boxer. He does lots of normal attacking. Does good damage. Has the Marashase synergies. Has a sort of a weird looking haircut. He's good though. He's very good. So I don't really know what you do with him. I think I might actually give him a similar buff to Hu Tao. I think you make part of his C1 base, because I'm pretty sure he has C1 syndrome. I think he has Hu Tao syndrome. Like, I've heard a lot of people say that you need a C1 or you're not running him right. Normal attack speed? Well, there's other ways of getting normal attack speed on him, really. And I don't think that's really what he needs. He goes like 4 booms per second. 4 booms? 4 booms. It's not the worst idea, I guess, but I don't know. I think what I want to do is I want to give it part of it, not his whole C1, part of it, to help, like, smooth out his rotation. I think it's a C1. Further increase when Risley's chilling penalty staying extended by 4 seconds. Yeah, or is it this one? Which is the one that, like... There was something in his C1 that I think made him, like, a lot more playable. Oh, I think it gives the Gracious Rebuke when his health goes too low. Shield penalty. Let me just see if I can find the thing that says Graceful Rebuke. Wait, am I dumb? I might be dumb. I might be, like, completely misunderstanding his C1. Rebuke Vaulting Fist, next turn check. I don't know. Oh, just like punches, hits. Okay. He doesn't need buffs. He already does 50k. Yeah, damage. I don't think you give him a damage buff. I think you give him a quality of life buff to make his, like. Here's the thing. I don't play Risley, so I'm only going off of like what I've heard from other people, and I know a lot of people say that his C1 helps a ton for playability. This one runs 86%. You say caused by anything wrong. The 5th attack will create a Gracious Rebuke. Additionally, Volt Ring Rebuke Fist will be the following enhancements. Okay. So I think it's just the first bit of this. The first bit where you get like the 1 Gracious Rebuke. I think that's part of it. So yeah, you just take some of this text, make it base, and then add in some new flavor for the C1, just to, like, keep it on par, basically. Because, like, as I understand it, his C1 is very important to playability. I don't know the whole... Ooh, I gotta... Oh, sorry. That was gross. Gross! We good. That's why I always keep napkins on hand. Yeah, I don't know if there's much else to really talk about with him, because I know he's really good. A lot of the upcoming characters are all really strong, so it's going to be hard to talk about, I think. But that's actually what makes this interesting, right? Is that we actually have to work really hard on this. Alright, well, Foxy said he was going to cook real quick, but, saying quick. Oh, I don't have any buffs. Damn. His cooking was not there. Alright, we're just going to leave it at his part of his C1 should be base. Just to help with playability. Charlotte. I know what I immediately want to do. Lower the charge time on her skill. It feels really clunky. You're already having to line up the shot. But the fact is that you have to hold it for quite a while before it, like, powers up. And I feel like that makes her playability... She feels kind of gross sometimes. She's good. I don't think that would break her or anything. I think that would just make her a bit more comfortable. That you could just quickly whip out the camera for a full-powered shot. So then it would be much closer to Nahida, where, like, the tap skill is, like, this quick cryo application, and then the hold skill is empowered. But you don't have to hold it for as long. Lower the charge time or give resistance to interruption. Frankly, why not both? Because you're going to be stuck sometimes having to line up a good shot anyway. So, frankly, let's give it both. Make it rev up faster so you get, like, the really nice mark of it. And then make it so you're less likely to get knocked on your ass. I mean, she's a professional. She should be used to getting pushed around when she's trying to paparazzi her way through life. Yeah, I think that's good. That's a good idea, actually, Escurinati. Good job, man. I think we go with that. We don't have to overcomplicate this one. It's right to the point. We're almost done, guys. We got 2 more rows to go. I think we can get this done in one shot. Oh, sweet mother of mercy. What in God's name do we do with this thing? Well, we have one of the most overpowered characters in the game. How do you come up with a buff for one of the most busted characters ever? Okay, I have a weird idea. I have a very strange idea. So, her Numaye, Thorn, Surging Blade damage, whatever you want to call it, is on her normal attack. What if it had HP scaling? It's a super minor bit of extra damage. You could make an argument that maybe you could do some cool infusion stuff with her using Candace then. And you have this reason to weave in a normal attack every now and again for a little bit of extra damage. It doesn't break her. It doesn't add a whole ton to her kit, but it does make it so if you are going for your... you're in a situation where you really need your Numaye bonus damage, you can poke him with the sword and it feels pretty good. Because you're stacking so much health anyway, might as well give her like a little bit of oomph on her normal attack. Just a little bit. Just like a little poke, and then they go, eh, and they die. I think it's simple. It doesn't break her, and it feels like it's on brand. Because I think most of the characters with like Numa and Usia have like their appropriate scaling on it. Like if I go over to Nuvi, for example, here, and I go over to his skill. Oh no, it also only scales with attack, so maybe not. Well, I'd still probably do it that way anyway. I think I'd still do it that way. Oh, weird. Siegewinn's does, though. Oh, that's super strange. Never mind. Okay, very strange. Okay, I'd still give her health scaling on it then. I'm locked in. Health scaling on the Spirit Thorn. I'm done. I'm in. Another broken character. Not as broken, but very, very strong. What do you do with Navia? Let me check something. Mutual Assistance Network. Okay, here's my buff suggestion. Here is my buff suggestion, and this is not going to be a damage increase. This is going to be a build variety. So, Mutual Assistance Network rewards you heavily for having two different two non-Geo characters, like two people you can make crystallizes with. So your best team comp typically is two Geo, including yourself, and then two other elements. So like you can be two cryo, two pyro, a pyro and an electro. Like take your pick. Like you got like any number of combinations. I wouldn't make it base. I would give her a constellation that says you always have one stack of mutual assistance network. So if you wanted to run her on a more geo-oriented team, you had the option to do so. It would cost you a constellation to do it, but I think having that option would be kind of cool in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't change things. You still want another. You still need another element to fully maximize it, but we hide it in the constellations, and it feels kind of cool that it's there. Let her normals give you stacks when her burst is on, and she's infused. But she generates. Well, it basically does, doesn't it? Like as long as you have an off-field element, it's basically doing just that. So I don't think that's necessary because you're generating so much anyway. At least you should be. Just saying she should always have the Hydro buff because story reasons. You're not wrong. Oh, that would be that would be like the name of the constellation too, wouldn't it? Her constellations have funny names. Oh my god, they're so long. Like the constellation would be like called, like if we're gonna follow the lore, you call the constellation something like the President's Guardians Always Watch. You know what I mean? Like it would make sense because then it's, you know, she always has the Hydra one. So I think you still make it a constellation, but yeah. It's a very specific case, and it's just worth it. She's generating so much already, though. It's not necessary. It's redundant. Lower her burst cost. Her burst is like always up, though. It's 60. It's already like mid. It's a middle one. It's not an expensive one. It's a middle one. I would not lower this thing to 40. God damn, that'd be insanity. Never lower this thing to 40. That's nutty. That's too much. That's too much. Yeah, so that's my proposition. She gets a constellation that lets her have a bit more build flexibility. That's all. Lower it to 50. Is there a single burst in the game that has a cost of 50? 50's nuts in your mouth. Get dunked on, Foxy. Anyway, moving on. Chevreuse. Oh boy. She is a very specific niche character, so we can't do a lot with giving her, like, specifics. But if I were to do anything, I'd definitely buff her healing. I'd be giving her more healing. Probably throwing a little bit of healing. Like, rather than just buffing the skill, I'd probably throw, like, a burst bit of healing on the burst. Because she's a healer at her core, but her healing is a bit underwhelming. Now, granted, she's more of a buffer than a healer, but it'd be nice if her burst had just a little bit. Hell, maybe you even make it based on damage. So, like, if her burst does damage, you get some health back to your party. Like, that'd be cool. I will get my revenge on you soon. I think that was my revenge, actually, so I think we're even right now. I'm pretty sure. So, any thoughts on Chevreuse? On the Chevrolet movie theater? Because I don't think we have too much else to really add to her. She's very good. She's very good. She is a Pyro Electro Overload Queen. And I like her very much. Auto-fire the overcharged ball. Oh. Oh, do you mean like you can tap it? Like tap skill the ball? Oh. Okay, hold on. I think I might be onto something, actually. Because right now, if I remember right, you can't shoot the overcharged ball unless you hold, right? Like, you have to, like, aim it. You can't just tap it. Yeah, no, I've done that a number of times, too. You know what? Yeah. I get the theory behind it. Like, you know, you have to aim the big, powerful shot. You can't just let it rip. I get it. I get the flavor. But the flavor is a pain in my ass sometimes. So, you know what? Function over flavor in this case. This is a rare case where I would definitely take function over flavor. So maybe let the tap skill fire off the overcharge bolt too. I think that would be nice. And maybe some extra healing. Gaming. Sorry. How do you buff this guy? He's pretty good. He does lots of damage. Hits hard. Does cool plunge stuff. Synergizes with all the good plunge synergies. Plays nice with Cloud Retainer. Decent pyro damage. You can, works well with C6 Bennett. Has some interesting synergies with his, health going up and down. I would propose one of two buffs. Not both. One or two. And Foxy, you're touching on exactly what I was thinking of. Option one, don't buff him. Buff Marashase Hunter. And I know that sounds like blasphemy. It's one of the best sets in the game. How could I possibly suggest that? The buff I would give it, if you really want to make him more streamlined, add plunge damage to Marashase. Because then it makes sense on him, and it's not just you're using it for crit rate. Because if you're going to do that, I mean, like, God, there's better options. Like, crit rate does not increase your damage. Crit rate only increases your damage as much as your other damage. You need other damage before crit rate starts being good. It just makes building easier. But if you want more damage, you go Vermilion. And I'd rather lean in on Vermilion. But if you really wanted to, wouldn't that make the artifact Zhao... Yes. It most certainly would. And that's why I don't think I would go that route. Because Zhao has his own thing going on. We don't want to turn Zhao into just another Marashase guy. But at least that would make the artifact recommendations make sense. Because there's a reason why you don't use Marashase on Zhao. Why in God's name would you run it on him? It's the exact same reason. It's the exact same shit. Like, it is the exact same. It makes no sense to me. Why they're like, well, it's his best in slot, but not Zhao's. Huh? What are you talking about? That's stupid. But, whatever. I digress. The point is, I think the only other change I'd really make to him is his dog can be kind of slow. Yeah, it's only for the crit rate, but, like, you could get, like, the same effect by just putting a freeze set on him instead, and it would be just as good. Because you just put him on a freeze team and have him do melts. It'd probably be better, and I mean that unironically. Because it's more crit rate, and you're doing melts anyway. Think about that. Yeah, so his dog, on his burst, can be kind of slow sometimes. Like, it gets stuck on things, it can get on weird angles, and depending on how you land, you can find these weird dead spots in your rotation. So, I think Foxy's idea of speeding... I think it was Foxy's idea. Who said that originally? It was Ray, actually. Ray said he plunged faster. I don't think you make him plunge faster, I think you make the dog faster. So, like, when you go up, when you start coming down, I think the dog should hit the ground first, and then already be ready to reposition to connect back with you. Basically right away. Because I think you really want him to be, like, going up and down, and up and down, and up and down. It feels so much better when it lines up, and sometimes it just doesn't. He gets stuck on things. And his animation can make him go... woo, 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 and he starts flipping away, and he takes too long to get back to you, and then you're just stuck there doing, like, normal attacks and feeling really stupid. So yeah, I think the most reasonable buff for our boy here, speed the dog up. Because his damage is fine. His builds are fine. His cool health synergies are good. Like, everything he does is just good. So, yeah. Faster dog. Make the Doge faster. Shen Yun. Cloud Retainer. I think the buff is make her talk more. I love the way she talks. It's so funny. It makes me laugh. So we make her talk more. So I get to hear her refer to herself as one. A fun fact to those who didn't know, the only reason I rolled for Cloud Retainer, and my only criteria from the very beginning, was that as long as she maintains her funny speech pattern that she has as a bird, I'll roll on her. If she doesn't, I'm skipping. Well, I didn't skip, so I was a happy camper. So, what do we do with her? Because she's, like, again, super duper niche. I know something she used to have in beta that they got rid of, and you could give it back to her. Same Sprix, I don't even have Zhao. I don't either. I was more in for Gaming anyway, so it kind of worked. It worked still. And there's a few other characters that I was like, I could do some funny plunge builds. Like, Plunge Noelle was okay. It was actually surprisingly okay. I should do it again sometime. Love the Yapper, so lovable. I think I just had an epiphany for a team comp, and I think I know what we're doing later. But we'll go back to that later. Anyway, to this, though. Did you know that her skill used to have pull? Yeah. Apparently on beta, her skill actually had a sizable amount of, like, CC to it. And before release, they ended up getting rid of it. Because I guess they deemed it too overpowered. But do you think she could be allowed to have pull? Do you think it would be broken or not? Because we've learned that plunge builds are very strong. Plunge D-Luke breathed new life into D-Luke. Plunge Hu Tao gave Hu Tao, like, legs to stand on without C1. So, like, can she have her CC back? I get why it's more of just like a knock-up rather than like a pull. But she is a very powerful animo user, so like I think letting her have her pull back is fine. I think that would probably be okay. Maybe a little broken? But I don't think it's any more broken than like Kazuha, so it's probably okay. I didn't go for... There was no one need for her. I have Jean. Well, you get her for doing a very specific build. You only go for Cloud Retainer if you want to plunge. Because Jean does not let you plunge. This girl, she lets you plunge. Jean's very good, though, so I understand why you wouldn't want another animo healer, at least. If that's all your plans were. She or E. One of my favorite characters so far. I should have put her in my top 5, actually. That was brought up earlier. She's in my top 5 now. She probably pushed out Bay Dodo. Bay Dodo. Her C1 doesn't fix it. C1 gives her so much variety, so I don't think I can just give her C1. I think that would be kind of messed up. I don't think that's right. I know what I want to do with her. So, she has, like, a lot of... If you look at her weapon and her kit and her design, she has a lot of reasons to do normal attacks. She's like this weird split between an off-field and an on-field character. It just so happens that the off-field is significantly better. I'd maybe give her a little bit more power in her normals. Let her do the infusion on-field thing out of the box. It doesn't have to be, like, obviously as good as the C6. Like, the C6, like, makes it crazy good. But I think letting her have a little bit of defense scaling on her normals and, like, a little bit better just general scaling to let her start doing infusion stuff earlier, it'd be nice to have the option. I think that's all I'd really give her. Otherwise, because you can't touch the skill, it's too good. Give her Get to Albedo. Makes more sense. It does not. Anyway, I would have gone for her, but ride an Electro Charge, because Jean hands her basically the same healing, so I didn't pull. You wouldn't want Xianyun with Raiden Shogun anyway. Raiden Shogun can't plunge. Well, hold on, let me rephrase that, because someone's gonna, like, actually on me real quick. Raiden Shogun's plunge attack is not a plunge attack. So, it wouldn't synergize. You got, like I said, Xianyun's is like your Hu Tao, your D-Luke, your Gaming, your Zhao. Like, you got characters you want her very much, where she is by far the best option. But those are specific characters in very specific teams. So, if you don't have those characters, or you're not interested in those teams, it doesn't make much sense to pull for her, right? I would have not plunged. I would have only for healing. Then, yeah, why would you get her then? Like you're ignoring her, like, the thing that makes her unique. So, like, why would you... If you only want her as a healer, then, yeah, it's not worth your time. So, yeah, normal attacks on Archiori, I think, would be the most good. Oh dear God. It's getting hard. We've come up with like almost 100 buffs. And I think a lot of them have been pretty unique, but like, holy shit. Foxy, that's her C1. Foxy, that is actually her C1. I said that right at the beginning. Was that her C1 opens up her team builds, like, immensely. But, so I don't want to just make it base. Yeah. You are really good at coming up with, like, buffs for characters that are actually just their C1. Or their C6. Yeah, what do we do with her? She's so strong. I think I have some idea. She has this weird fascination with, like, health scaling in weird places. Like, none of her damage scales with health. But, like, she has a very high base health. She has all kinds of stuff that involves her health, so maybe you give her some kind of health scaling somewhere? Maybe? I don't know. The other thing I'd think about... Yeah, she should just get a quality of life. Because, like... Maybe... You could do something with her charge attack, maybe, because... You have to weave it in every so often, so maybe giving it a small buff would be nice. You could lower the stamina cost on her turbo mode so she can dash farther. Might be a little dicey. Might be a little too good for exploration, but it could be fun at the very least. Her burst is kind of weird. Like, I find you don't want to use her burst a lot unless you absolutely have to. Change the wording of blood debt due back to just blood debt, because I'm pretty sure that's what it was called in the beta. I'd take that. She gets all this, like, resistance and stuff for her attack. She's so tanky, potentially. Just free pyro damage, can't be healed. Maybe? Okay, what if she had an alternative way of healing herself in combat? Not from another character, but she could, in fact, do another option. But it was, like, hard to do. Like, not just the burst. Like, you could do, like, a little bit of health gain from doing some kind of specific action. No, Foxy, absolutely not. That would completely go against the core design. Completely goes against what she's doing. And, like, it's supposed to be a trade-off, right? Because you get 40% pyro damage for existing. Like, that's nuts. Okay, I have it. From the blood debt, you get a little HP for each enemy you mark. Like, if you mark a lot of enemies at once, you get a bit of health back. I could see something like that. That would be cool. Like, yeah, just like an extra way to get, like, a little bit of HP back, but it only works on swarms. Something to that effect. Like, if you hit, like, 6 or more enemies, you regenerate a smidgen of health. Lower her skill cooldown. Doesn't need it. Doesn't need that. It didn't need that at all. Her skill cooldown is... Because her skill cooldown resets. As long as you get your burst back, her skill cooldown's 0. So basically, as soon as you want her skill back, it's one button away. It's not necessary. Doesn't need it. Hey, Kakarot, what's up, dude? How's life treating you? So... Yeah, okay. Skill has an alternate way to get a little bit of extra health back. Just a little bit. Doesn't need to be a big heal. Yeah, we've been making good time today. Alternatively, and this is a purely visual buff, I just want this, I wish for her buff, she gets a different color scythe based on her weapon. What buff did you give to Furina? Health scaling on her Numa / Usia bonus attack. Number of enemies hits gets more healing. Yeah, basically, like, it's a tiny heal, but if you hit, like, up to, like, 10 enemies or something, it becomes an okay heal. Like, not crazy. Not a lot. It has to be a small amount, but just something like that. But yeah, the real buff, the actual buff, her scythe changes colors based on the weapon. Every weapon gives a different color. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's unnecessary. But good God, imagine how cool that would look. Could you imagine her with, like, this cool purple scythe from Engulfing Lightning? That's what I want. Yeah, she can almost already solo on her own. She can basically solo already. So yeah, maybe, okay, we'll keep that one in the back pocket and say, like, that could work. We you know, you could tweak the numbers and make it okay. But I think the actual buff is scythe color. Right now, she's in the start of an Archon, which not many characters are in the game. It's really tough to give her a good buff. Yeah, that's why we're trying to find something that is, like, more quality of life than actual power buff, because she is so strong. It's like with Nervalette, the buff was any character that can create the orbs that he uses for his charge attack, instead of creating them in 1s or 2s, they always create them in 3s. So he can absorb them easier if you opt to run, like, a Traveler or a Siegewin with him. Mid Arlos will be able to solo. Yeah, so you know what? Are we okay with just giving her a scythe buff? Can we just give her a cool buff? More scythe colors based on weapon? Sorry, my nose is itchy. Just honestly want her charge attack to have 2 wings and fly a little bit. Yeah, but she's got, like, the Sephiroth thing going on. You know, the one-winged angel. I mean, I kind of agree with you, but at the same time, I get it. I get the reference. Let's get out of this character. I don't want to see her. Why? I like her. That's the thing. I actually like Arlecchino. Yeah, she's busted, but at least she's, like, fun to play. And she's interesting. One-winged devil. Yeah. She got Sephiroth's other wing. Chlorand C2 has stronger resistance to interruption. Currently, it is weak. We're not even at Chlorand yet, but we're getting there. So, yeah, my actual buff, Scythe Color. Strictly, Scythe Color. Make it cooler. Sethos. I cannot talk on this character. I don't have him. Never played him. Never got the chance to. Has anyone here played Sethos in any extent? Like, I can actually comment on him. He's like one of the characters I can't say anything on. Even the other characters I don't own, I can talk about at least because they've been around for a while and I've gotten the chance to play them. Not this guy though. Let's give her a heal when doing skill. That's kind of what we're going with, but I'm locking in the scythe buff. Does anyone here know a damn thing about this boy? Like, all I got is that he has EM scaling, and he gets, like, his normal attacks are considered charge shots, which are neat. And he's just like an EM boy. Probably lower his second charge shot time, I guess, but, like, isn't his whole thing that, like, he can, like, disable it? Basically, like with the right, if you play him well, all of his normal attacks are just charge shots anyway. Or you can lower it by doing something. Like lowering his, like something like his energy or something lowers it. Something like that. Yeah, when aiming, his charge time is increased by a little bit of less than a second for each point of elemental energy. Charge time is reduced by a minimum of 0.3 seconds through this method. Maximum of 20 energy will be tallied. If the Shadow Shot Pierce is fired, consume the tallied amount of energy. If a charge shot level 1 is consumed, 50% of the talent. Yeah. So he can lower it by, like, an okay amount by sacking energy. So, yeah. I don't know. I know his, but yeah, if his real buff is that I get him. That's the buff. I want him. Super hard if you want to try get both diff builds. Yeah, I guess he's got like 2 play styles between using his burst and not using his burst, so like I guess you could maybe make some like maybe give him like a way to get good energy. Like to generate energy while he's eating up his energy, so you can get his energy up and down, up and down, up and down really fast. Like, he might have that in his constellations, like, that's crit rate, electro damage bonus, is there anything here that gives energy? EM buff. Unlock. Yeah, it's his C6. So, the thing that brings the playstyles together is his C6. Someone already got the Deadpool controller. Damn. Well, it wasn't me. Yeah, so I think oh man, I don't know. Yeah, he's an on-fielder. He's a DPS guy. Yeah, he's basically walking shims that doesn't need to equip shims. But yeah, I guess the only thing is just like a better way to generate energy. That's really all I can think of to give him without playing him. But like his skill gives energy. Shadow piercing. Man, I'm having difficulties. EM gives him ER? Oh, that's an okay idea. Okay, yeah, sure, that's a fun idea. Gain elemental recharge based on each point of every so many points of EM you get. That'd be cool. Yeah, I like it. Chlorine, another character I can't talk as much on, but I have played her a little bit more, so I'm more aware of how she works. Chlorine C2 has stronger resistance against interruption. Okay. Yeah, no one has Sethos. No one got him. If you say that her thing here is weak, then I'll just believe you, but Ray, contain yourself. I mean, she has like I know she has a hard damage cap in her kit. I wonder if you just like up the cap on this. She's so strong though, so I don't know if you want to like mess with her damage too much. It's a bit scary. Yeah, I think no cap would be bad. It's capped, I think in her case, unlike the Hydro Traveler, this is capped for a reason. Because she hits really hard, right? Like, her damage output's really high, so do we really want to do that? Do we really want to do that? Her skill shot uncaps the Bond of Life? No. Again, capped for a reason. Hey, welcome back, Springfire. Yes, we are well past Tainari. And I believe our buff was to give him some, like, alternative EM scaling options. So he could do his EM build a lot more comfortably. Give her original multipliers. What are her original multipliers? I'm assuming you mean from the beta. Anything else? Man, these names for constellations are getting more ridiculous by the character. Servant stamina and fires a suppressing shots in a fan pattern. Yo, what if her charge attack did electro damage? Base. Like, she has the infusion right now and all that lets her shoot the electro shots. But what if the charge attack actually just did an electro shot instead of physical damage? It's kind of random, but, like, could be cool. Make her charge attack included in the skill? No, it's not included for a reason. It's the same reason why Auto can't charge attack while he's using his skill. It's because so you can hold the button for max attack speed. Otherwise, you have to button mash, and that's really unpleasant. Can this build on Tighnari hit 1 million damage? 600 EM because of the hee-hee, 82 over 267 with 2300 attack. Possibly, yeah. I really don't know what Tighnari's limits are. I've not had enough time with him to push the limits on him, but probably on. If there's a build that could get close to that, I'd wager that's pretty close. I suggest a buff for Furina after we're done with all the characters. Just tell me if it's good or not. Yeah, you can go ahead and throw it in, sure. Yeah, Foxy, that's the whole advantage. You can just hold the button down. Hold the attack button rather than holding button mashing. It's so much better. That's why, like, it's like that, so you don't have to button mash. Did you not know? For 100k, his build should be 1700, 70 or 200, but mine still hits only 56k. Oh. You might be missing something. It might be a timing thing. I don't know. The skill multipliers are lower than 90, so whatever multipliers are like 100 or something. So you're just saying just bump the damage up? Like just a raw damage buff? I mean, I don't think I'd do that with her, because her damage is already good. I don't think that's what she needs. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to trust you at face value, Sander. I'm going to trust you at face value and say buffing her C2 is fine. Wish I had Genshin on PlayStation or PC, because the controls are so good to play with. They're really nice. Oh yeah, what was your hospital trip for? Are you good? My brother saw the new controller of Wolverine and said worth every penny. I think. Oh, understandable. Yeah, Clorinda's an attack scaler through and through. She is all about the attack. Nope, the only HP scaling regards her bond of life, and it's not really scaling. It's just a percentage of her max HP that's getting bonded. Vomiting, didn't eat for a whole day. Oh, don't do that. Even if you're not, like, really hungry, just try to snack on something even. It'll make a difference. Because obviously, going through what you just did is not pleasant, so... It's gonna be okay, though. Just hang in there. Warm sugar water? That's not a bad suggestion. Yeah, I hope you're okay. I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, I'm gonna lock in C2 buff, because I got nothing. Siegeward I might have something on, though, because she is very interesting. What is up with these constellation names? Buff for every character. Shorten the constellation names. They're too long. Siege Weenie. Okay. She's actually okay. Because she does get, like, all this health scaling. Her damage has health scaling, which is okay. Her burst can hit okay, like, decently hard. Her healing is very good. This ability is fine. It's just kind of an extra. I'd probably, if I could do anything for this, I would lower the health requirement. Make her burst longer? No, make it shorter. Make it shorter and hit faster. Chicken soup helps and it's easy to eat. That's also true. Chicken soup, dry crackers, easy on the stomach. But, yeah, how about, you buff this a little bit. Like, you make it so the HP requirement to get started on it's a little lower, so you don't need that much HP to max it out. An off-field healing buff? I mean, I don't think she needs that, though. Her healing is fine. Like, her healing is, like, one of her stronger elements, right? Like, it's what she's good at. Can I make a suggestion, actually? I know what I want. So, the ministration bubble that she does, it's sort of just like a neat thing she can do. Make it health scaling. Make it actually a reasonable part of her kit. Maybe she could be a driver with it if it like, had some like considerable damage behind it. I think that'd be fun. She doesn't scale with Bond of Life in the same way, but she gets outgoing healing based on the Bond of Life. The Bond of Life. The Bond of Life. So you could do something with that. But the Bond of Life is kind of a specific thing. I think going for the more generalist approach would be a little better. And like I said, give her scaling on the mini bubble damage. It's this really interesting, unique thing she does. Why not let it be good? Let it be decent. Let it have a little bit of, let it have some health scaling so she could be like this interesting, very unique bow driver. I think that would be cool as shit. That's what I would want to do. Also, remove her fingers. I know. I've seen the lore. I know why she has fingers now. Give me a regular ass Melusine look for her, please. I think that would be. I think it'd be more interesting, but that's just me. Or Cloran's burst could be more utility, I guess. Her burst is just damage, right? You could make it so the Cloran burst does something a little more, I guess. Well, yeah. I don't think I'd really want to do much with her though, because she is very strong, so. She doesn't need that much. So, I think I'm satisfied, though. I think I'm satisfied with that idea. Make the health investment requirement to get this maxed out a little lower. You don't have to change the damage on it, because you don't want to accidentally break this thing by accident. But maybe making it maxable earlier would be nice. And then, finally, give her that fully charged aim shot bubble blowing thing. Some health scaling. Let her be a unique driver. I think that'd be fun. Clarence Burst could give a buff to the team, like a buff to Fischl. Why do we want to buff the broken characters? Fischl's already busted sideways. No. Absolutely not. I could see it buffing her damage. I could honestly see, like, just getting a buff from her burst temporarily. Think kind of like a Kaching buff. How she gets crit rate. I could see something like that. That'd be nice. Pretty basic. Not totally game-breaking. Could be fun. Anyway, I am really finally able to say we have finished buffing every character in the game. Holy shit, this was difficult. God, to everyone who came up with a suggestion. Even the ones that we didn't think were awful suggestions and game-breaking and completely incorrect. Thank you so much. You got the brain juices flowing, you know? That was the whole point. This has been like this interesting thought experiment to see if we could come up with something for every character. And my chat's just talking about D's nuts now. God damn it, chat. Focus up. Now let's nerf every character. Maybe. That's the outro. Perfect. Thank you for that. Actually, Escoronati, thank you very much for that little outro, actually. That worked out really well. That's actually really funny. Alright, cool. We're done with it, though. Finally. I now have 6.5 hours of video to edit now, so that's awesome. Oh, sweet mother of God, I'm not looking forward to that. Oh, good God. Welp, that'll be fun. In the meantime, at least I'm glad we got this done today. It means tomorrow we can focus on the theater. That's like the big thing I want to get done tomorrow. I want to be doing the theater. Because, like, holy shit. I did not want to have to take any stream time away from that. Because I'm going to be recording that as well. It's for the content. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Lord, I did not want that. This is a sucky thing. I have to take the camera off. For tracking purposes. I want to do some treasure chest hunting. I think a good way to wrap up stream is just some chill treasure chest hunting. I don't know how long it's going to take me to edit that all down. I'm doing it in 3 parts. Like, I'm not doing it as one video, because that sounds atrocious and horrendous. He wouldn't do that because then people won't ever consider D as an option. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, well, it'll be something. Fun? That is a word. That is one of the words of all time. Let's see if there's any treasure chests over here. I'd hide a treasure chest here. I would absolutely do that. Yeah, you had some good ideas, Foxy. Everyone had some good ideas. I think anyone who was proposing ideas, even like ones that like didn't work or were already a constellation or something, like again, it gets the brain juices flowing, and it was all really helpful. And like everyone's contributions were good, in my opinion. So like seriously, I can't thank you guys enough for like involving yourselves. You could skip a stream day? God, I thought about that. I played around with the idea. I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. I gotta trim my mustache today. Keep putting it off. Oh no! It's Horaloo! Warrior! Get me the hell out of here. It's the ridiculous ones that make the video funnier. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that'll make it entertaining. I just hope it goes over well, you know? I wish I had gotten one of the videos out earlier so I could have an idea of what I'm looking at results-wise, but... like, what are my expectations? But... I think it'll be okay, though. So, but at any rate, I'm pretty satisfied with everything we came up with. Like, I think all the ideas we came up with were all pretty cool.
I hope the others find some.
And I'm happy with the results. Oh man, my brain is fried now, though. Definitely, like I put a lot. That was a lot of brain juice coming out, just being all like, "Let's go. We gotta come up with something for everyone, even the stupid ones. Let's go." Enter the chest just as you should. Oh, there's a treasure chest somewhere near here. Are you guys looking for a treasure chest, or are you hiding a treasure chest? Well, whatever, it's mine now.
Things are going
it's mine now, idiot!
Today.
Oh. Maybe Sprick should not have made the buff day after day. Well, actually, I'm kind of happy with that now in hindsight. The fact that we kind of took a break in between each round of buffs. So we actually had I had time to recover after each one to let my brain stew a little bit and maybe come up with a few extra ideas on the side. So, all in all, I think, like I said, all in all, I think it worked out very well.
Committed to no. Yoo-hoo! Get with me. Go and splat.
Oh god, they're dying too fast. I can't heal. I was trying to heal. Oh, then I got high. Wait. But, like, yeah, bringing up the idea of trying to nerf every character would be really funny. Because then the flip side of it, I think it's like, if this video does well, like, if the whole concept goes over really well, we absolutely do a follow-up of nerfing every character, even the bad ones. Like, it's like, well, Amber's already bad. Let's take away her taunt. Clearly, taunts are too good, and it makes her too similar to Linny, so we should get rid of her taunt. Right? Linny does too much damage, so he should have his Grimalkin hats removed from the game completely. Nervalette has been removed from the game. If I need to nerf a character, I know the perfect one for Arlecchino. She can no longer heal herself. It'd be shit like that. It'd be all for memes. It'd be friggin' hilarious, potentially. And we could even do them like their patch notes, right? Uh-oh. Oh, sorry, I couldn't think of where the mute button was for a second. Oh god, I've been sneezing so much lately. I wonder if it's allergies or something. Oh, whew. Somehow stream is in the future and the chat is in the past for me. Oh, speaking of which, I guess we don't really need this on screen anymore. I think I'd much like to have my border back. I'm walking on the railroad, looking for some chests. Oh, that sneeze hurt. You ever feel like wounded after a sneeze? Like somehow the sneeze has injured you somehow? Or is that just me? I have been sneezed off my feet before. I've sneezed so hard I fell down. My sneezes are explosive. No exaggeration. Yeah, chat's been removed. You guys have been sent to jail. Looking for boxes. Ray is like time traveling beyond like any, like just beyond comprehension. He's in like in a different time zone. He's in a time zone beyond time zones. We want chat back. Well, I like having my thing. I mean, no one's like, it's not like anyone's donated for it, but I do like having it there because it does show like, it's like my little donation goal thing is not even for like, how do I put this? Like, give me your money. It's more like, hey, if you donate, this is where it's going. So I like having that there as almost like a disclaimer. You know what I mean? Even if there's nothing there. Like, you get what I'm saying, though, right? Like, I'm not... Well, mostly over there. I haven't fully checked it. Let's go investigate. Yeah, it's on my side. It's on my side. It should be okay now. Do let me know if, like, it sorted itself, but it should be fine now. Yeah, and I don't know what dropped. I think it was just a internet connection problem. Okay, chat. I wanna ask a question. I want to ask a question. Assuming you guys can hear me still, and I'm not lagging still. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I just dropped like let's see, 60. I just dropped like several seconds of frames. That's why. So nothing to worry about. Should be fine now, though. It should be fine. I'm not dropping any more frames, I don't think. Try refreshing. If you're still having problems, try refreshing it. It should be fine now. But I can't guarantee. No lag? Okay, we're in... Alright, it sounds like we're in good shape then. Anyway, I was just thinking, though. So I have to do one of two chores today. The other one I do the next day. So my two chores are I have to go pick up medication. And the other chore is I have to do a small grocery shopping run. Just to pick up a couple odds and ends. Basically replace some stuff. I can do one of them today. I don't have enough time to do both. Now, the deciding factor on which one I do today versus which one I do tomorrow is strictly based on what I can get for lunch. So do I get a chicken shawarma or do I get a sub sandwich? I had to close out and go back in. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Unfortunate. An unnecessary evil. So basically what I'm trying to say is, chat, choose my lunch. Am I getting a sub sandwich or am I getting some chicken shawarma? Depends on you. Wow, Foxy, that's not very helpful. But thank you for your input just the same. Let's see. Alright, time to start getting collectibles. Hello, sir. Cool apple. It's mine now. What's up, homie? Hello there. Would you like a piece of wood? Yes. Mama always said life is like a bowl of wood chip. Oh my god, it's Forrest Gump! You ever know what flavor you're gonna get next? You're a fast fella. Wish I could be too. I got short legs. But that day I ran into them monsters. And everyone shouted, "Run, Diamond, run!" Oh boy! And that's what I did. I ran clear across the Forest of Blessings, clear across the constellation Maripol. What the hell was that? I ran clear to the Titanium Mines, and then I got company. Because there was this dragon who done come out, and Mama always said, always be on the lookout for a new adventure, rather than dwell in the past that's already behind you. I think that's what ruining is all about. Want to keep adventuring? Thanks for listening to me. Whew. See you around, traveler. Catch you later, Forrest. Well, that was hilarious. That was great. That's not a yapper NPC. I'm not doing a poll. Poll is too overcomplicated for a simple question.
I hope the others find some.
See you around. But he yapped. Have none of you seen the movie Forrest Gump? Chicken shawarma barbecue. There is no good barbecue places near me. That's kind of deep, but he yapped. I went to Bubba Gump Shrimp in Japan. Food ain't overpriced. Or I'm assuming is overpriced. Oh, ain't overpriced and is hella tasty. Cool. Has anyone have you guys seen Forrest Gump? It is a classic movie. Tell me at least someone here has seen Forrest Gump. Oh my god, please. Because that is a great Forrest Gump reference. That was awesome. Are you frozen in time? What? Why is this? Oh, it's below. Oh, that's interesting. Who touched my door? Who touched my door? Nothing. Curious. Run, Forrest, run! Yes! Thank you, DBZ fan! Oh. What the hell? Open my door. Open my door. Someone screwing with me? I think my cat just opened my door, let one rip, and then ran away. Oh no, there she is. Hi. God, you're fast. Zoomy, you dropped a penny inside of my computer. I don't like that. We'll do Genshin till soon, Foxy. It's still a bit early. Hi, Zoomathan. Hi, Zoomathan, the baby. Sorry, Zoomy's just on the floor between my legs. Oh yeah, it's a baby. You want to say hi to the chat? Hey, don't.
Onwards.
Don't
we have work to do.
You're okay. No worries. Nope on Forest. I've seen the scene though. Wait, time to head out. All right, catch you later, Sean. Thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate you, dude. Take care, man. Oh, we're dropping frames. Aw, hell yeah. Zoomy knock over my internet stick? No. Weird. What was the buff to Furina? Oh, giving her health scaling onto her Numa and Usia attack.
It's time to move on.
Just so her normal
We shouldn't
attack had a
stay
smidgen of health scaling for a bit of extra variety. How should we decorate? Let me try. Bum bum ba dum ba ba bum. Da 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 da. Oh, the targeting on. Oh god, the targeting on this is terrible. Oh, I did not like that. Grab you. Okay. That's not as bad. Bum 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 bum. I want to say mine now. Yeah, buffing the normal attack. Specifically, you know that, when she does her first attack, it does that, thorn of damage? That can do, the annihilation reaction, that stuff? I would think it'd be cool to give her a like a bonus to that, you know? Because, like, it is, like, actually, like, a really neat mechanic, and I think being able to weave in a normal attack periodically would be kind of cool. I think I'm doing this incorrectly. Are these differently marked? Oh, yeah, they totally are, aren't they? Ah, whatever. We'll figure it out. It's fine. Yeah, go ahead and share. By all means, there's no reason you can't share. I'm all ears, Mr. Kakaroto. Wait. Am I out? Does he not like it? Oh. What was that, Zoomy? What'd you knock over? Oh, that's like a phone. Is it because I shut the door? You know the door's open, right? If you're not locked in. Don't worry, Zoomathan, you're fine. Alright, how about if you're only consuming 75% of your of your health, only in the burst, but when below 50% health, she increases every party member's attack and defense by an extra 50%. That is a huge amount of buff, man. That is a gargantuan amount of buff. I don't think she needs that. That's might be kind of broken. So, like, I guess he doesn't like this here. I'm guessing that this is actually supposed to be, like, in a very specific order. I'm going to go ahead and wager a guess. Like, this probably goes on the back. There, I decorated. Hey, he actually liked it. Maybe I could have done anything, but, like, I figured I should at least try to make it look nice. Oh, absolutely. A 50% attack boost? You gotta figure, you run different elements on Navia for 20%. Like, you have to make your team build specific for only 20%. Can you imagine doing it for 50? That's nuts, man. That's a crazy amount of stat. I wonder. Can Nahida just fit in here? No. Be really funny. Oh.
Curiosity deserves a reward.
I feel like I was supposed to do something else there, but the fact of the matter is Nahida just fit. Maybe 30 or 20? I don't know, man. I think it's a really powerful buff. I just think it's too powerful. Because her damage increase is, like, stupendous already, right? Like, do we want to give her more damage to your party? More buffs? Like that? I think we just give her something. You gotta give her something that's, like, either quality of life or something that's, like, unique. Something that's just, like, a nice little extra, like, oh, that's nice. Rather than a, that's broken. You know what I mean? Part of the rules of this, like, thought experiment, like, part of the challenge, was to come up with stuff that was not game-breaking. So it was, like, about trying to, like, work within the lines of, like, the game's balance. I think Zhao fits there. Honestly, I wouldn't doubt it. And it's not just for the memes. He actually does fit in some really small places. Okay, so I've gone too low. I have definitely gone too low. That is not right. Yeah, also I know we're just kind of like bumming around getting chests and stuff right now, but... Oh, I actually think I see the height. It's actually just down here, right? Yeah, it is. Well, that's interesting. That's quite the little brick wall you got there. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. What are you doing? I'm fishing. Where's the fish at? There's no rush. We'll get a bite soon. Okay. Oh. Very cool. Everyone gets a share. Come on, here's yours. Goodbye. Anyway, moving on. Genshin, and I know what you're gonna say. Do you? Dost thee know? Oh. Interesting. Okay, so there's clearly something missing here. Now, if I was a missing component, where would I be? Oh, hello. Do you know where the missing component is? Oh. Thank you. What a nice guy. What a cool guy. I think a quality of life, or a bond of life buffer in the future would be huge. What do you think? Like Sarah, Farazan, Miku, Gora? Yeah, I think they'll probably add one that's more just like a traditional, like, gives bond of life, gives buffs, because we kind of almost have that with Siegewind. Also, what do you think of that neat interaction there? Of being able to pull in with the Cookie Shinobu buff, the ring, being able to use Gene buff or skill to pull in all the things into it. Yeah, I think that's neat. But yeah, Bond of Life is very, very Fontaine. They could go back to it from time to time. Like, they've definitely done mechanics in other regions that seem like they belonged in another one. So it's not impossible that they might do like, hey, here's a Bond of Life guy. Are you okay? This is our home. Please take this. Oh. Okay. I don't know what the hell was happening here, but apparently it was quite the party.
Things are going a little too smoothly today.
How much damage do you think this does to me? Nothing, but it did do something. Oh, I need a connection point. Can I put this anywhere else? No. Damn. Interesting that, like, it does, like, a smidgen of damage. Just a smidgen. Yeah, why, Foxy, why do you want to end stream that bad? I thought you enjoyed stream. Why do you want to end it already? Aren't we having fun? I thought we were having a good time, Fox. Like, what's up, man? Also, oh, I missed one of the waypoints. I missed a bunch of the waypoints. Hold up. What? Man, I did not get, like, any of the waypoints over here. I should do that real quick. This is a quick stopover. When did you start time? Yeah, I was on time today. I try my best to start, like, at the same time every day when I can. But, like, lately I've been having some, unfortunate issues just with, like, other things coming up, so... I'm trying to be better about it. Oh my god, this island's absolutely loaded. Gentlemen, are you okay? It's blocked. Yo, do you have some high-yield explosives I could borrow? Ah! Prepare to die! 14k damage on that. Not this one. Yoinkus! Yoinkus, thigh doinkus. Beam! Blow me up. Ow. It does, like, no damage, but, like... It's a very interesting animation. Oh. Oh. Oh, interesting. This is a multi-parter. Like I said, I wish it was just like a big pimple, because that's way easier to explain. Far easier to explain. I'm also not particularly shy about, like, being honest about that shit, so, you know. Sure. That doesn't look right. I'm gonna leave this one alone. We're not doing this right now, because it is about time to start looking into Genshin, but I'm gonna just, see if there's anything else worth wrapping up before I do. So, I gotta position... I do want to position myself in Mondstadt, because tomorrow we're gonna be picking up basically right into, our second Imaginarium Theater. So... after this, I really want to start making notes, or more notes, on, like, what Imaginarium Theater is. Because my first impression was good, but, like, I want to see how it changes per rotation. Teapot? We did Teapot on Monday. Tomorrow's Teapot Day. Oh god, I'm hungry. I gotta eat something soon. Yeah. God, I gotta trim my mustache down. It keeps like bugging my nose. Okay. Anything I'm forgetting? Don't think so. I think we're good. So let me go ahead and get Genshindo. I just realized Foxy's been spelling Genshindo correctly lately. It just clicked in now when I was looking at the spelling. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn second. Alright, we full screen it. We switch over to it. I'm going to close out Genshin because we don't need it now. Get my chat back, and we can get to work. Sprix, do you want to know what elements are in the Abyss? I want to find out tomorrow. I definitely want to find out tomorrow. What do you mean? Oh, you used to spell it Genshindo. But now you're spelling it Genshindle now. Like, you're spelling it correctly now. This is an observation. It's shindling time. That sounds inappropriate somehow. I don't know why. I don't like it. Alright, it is not... Oh, it's a Geo character. It's a newer Geo character that's not a sword. So it's not Chiori. But it could very well be Navia. There's a bunch of other characters along the way it could also be. Like, we could either work our way up or work our way to the middle. I think I want to work my way to the middle. So, oh, it's Ito. Oh, it's Ito. Oh, okay. That was really easy. Right, he's an A. Ito starts with the letter A. Keep forgetting. Adataki Ito. Yeah, it was, like, Goro, Navia, Ito, Yunjin. There's a few reasonable choices, but those were... I wanted to start right in the newest ones. I've seen this before. I think I might know what this is. Oh, hell yeah! I was right! It was Ravaging Confession. I'm looking at it and I'm like, it looks like Ravaging Confession. I am very... You know, I'm going to give myself some credit on that one. I actually feel really good about that. Like, I see it and I'm like, I think I actually know what it is. That's crazy. That doesn't happen very often. We take those where I come from. So much power. I have to go test this out. You down to spar with me or what? Oh, I actually know who this is. I know exactly who this one is. And if you don't know who this is... where is she? Not child. It's Dia. Hey, girly. Nope, it ain't the... It's not the girly. It's not Goily. Yep. That is Dia's final Ascension line, I believe. It's either her final Ascension line or her second to last Ascension line. It's one of the two. Yep. I know this one. I've heard it many times. Because I've leveled up Dia multiple times, like, you know, on 2 different accounts. Plus, for other people, I've leveled up Dia in some specific scenarios. Why was this one that Sprix knows every single one? I don't know, man. I'm killing it today. I've memorized them incidentally, not like on purpose. It wasn't one of those things where I went to go out of my way to memorize them. I've just heard it a lot. Incidentally. Diamond. Diamond is unbreakable. Who is the diamond that is unbreakable? Who has something to do with diamonds? Who can do the diamond cutter? What do you think? Diamonds. Diamonds. Siegwin? Dory? Okay, Dory is a good guess. I'm not sure if I'm seeing Siegwin, though. Oh, it could be something to do with gems. Do we have a character who's, like, very gem-oriented? Like, is there a character that works with gems? Diona? I don't know if I'm seeing Diona. It's some kind of Chaos Emerald. What character has something to do with the Chaos Emeralds? Like, let's just start thumbing through this. Who does Chaos Emeralds? Like, I feel like this should be a character that it feels like it should be obvious, but I'm not seeing it. Dory, I'm leaning towards. I'm willing to throw a bet at Dory. Jean. Kave, Kazuha, Kaching. Maybe Kaching, because she throws a diamond out when she does her thing. Yaimiko has an ear gem. A jeweler? Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there like a jeweler character? Or a character who knows a lot about gems? Yaimiko's like earring, though? Maybe? Might be a bit of a stretch, but... Mika, Mona, Nahihi, Navia, Nervalette, Nilu, Ningguang. Oh, Ningguang, maybe. Zhongli, also maybe. He is an expert on gems and stones and rock. Well, Chi-Chi, Shogun, Razor, Rosa, Sayu, Sethos, Shenhua, Sijuini, The Suck, Tartagles, Thomas, Tainari, Venti, Wanderer, Wandeezy. Oh, maybe Wandeezy. His is like diamond shaped for like one of his buffs. Zhongli is a good guess. Yeah, Zhongling, not really. Risley, no. Xianyun, Zhao, Shincho. I mean, he's wealthy, but maybe. Xinyan, probably not. Yaimiko, not sure if those would be diamonds. Yanfei, probably not. Yao Yao, Yeilon. You know, hers is more of a dice. Yunjin, Yoimiya, Zhongli. Furina? I'm not sure if I see Furina, but maybe. A lot of good guesses here. I'm going to go with Dory as my first one, because she's the one that probably would deal in gems. Oh, I think it is Ningguang. Oh shit, I think it's Ningguang. Yeah, it is. Ningguang smokes. Ningguang, I think, is like one of the only characters in the game that smokes. Yeah, she has her pipe. DBZ fan was right. He caught the Ningguang. Ningguang was a good guess, though. Like, she's rock-oriented. Like, she has all, like, she's, you know, rock-themed because she's, like, the Geo Queen of the time. And she's also incredibly wealthy, so, like, diamonds kind of do double duty on that one. She's the bank. It's true. It's damn true. Yep, she has her smoking pipe. But, anyway. I believe that is that. I'm gonna wrap things up here. And we're ending a few minutes early. You can blame Foxy for rushing Genshin. I'm kidding. Don't actually blame Foxy. So I'm going to go ahead and go and do some of my chores today. I'm going to go grab... I think the consensus was the shawarma. So I'm going to grab myself some shawarma today. Some shawarma. Yeah, Foxy's spoiling 10 minutes of fun. Damn, hate to see it. That's fine. I don't want to jump back into things anyway. There's not much else to do right now, and I am really trying to nurse the amount of content we have in preparation, because, you know... Well, actually, maybe we should start bum rushing it, because we are getting to the point of the actual bum rush to get all the treasure chests and complete the map. So, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So as always, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out. I appreciate you guys taking part in this like thought experiment to buff all the characters. I had a good time. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys enjoy the videos once they're all finished. So take care, guys. As always, cheers. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.